honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2.
Welcome to DBL. It is Monday, August 24th. I'm Tori here with Al.
Hello.
Good to see you.
What's up?
I'm doing well. Brandon joins us from home. Brandon, good to see you, sir. We're going to get straight into the news because there's a lot going on today. We're going to kick off with Kellyanne Conway's family drama. If you didn't know, the president's counselor announced yesterday that she is stepping away from her role at the White House. Instead of working to re-elect the president, she says she will devote more time to her 4 kids. Meantime, her husband, George Conway, says he is also withdrawing from his job, the Lincoln Project, which is a group of Republicans united against President Trump, saying he wants to devote more time to family matters. All of this, okay, follows a tweet from their 15-year-old daughter, Claudia Conway. And I want to repeat, she's 15, okay, who said she is, quote, officially pushing for emancipation from her parents. If you didn't know, that's the legal process of allowing kids under 18 to be declared an adult. Check out the video she posted to TikTok.
Look what I did. Look at what I did, ladies and gentlemen. Look at what I did.
Okay, there's a lot to unpack here, and again, I want to make it clear. Even on Twitter, she's 15 was trending, which is important to understand. But she does make some strong allegations out, including in 2 TikTok videos that both her father and her mother have physically abused her, that they have verbally abused her, that she can't stand either one of them, and then she wants to leave. As a father, what do you think of a 15-year-old saying all this?
I mean, well, Tori, that's a lot to unpack.
I know.
The physical abuse, if we take that and set that aside because we don't know if that's true, obviously if that's true, she needs to be removed from that home. I think everybody can get on board with that. I think as it pertains to the Conways as a whole, you bring your work home with you, and there's a price to pay for living a public life like they do, and there's a price to pay to be as polarizing as they are. And I think all of that has somehow resonated with their daughter and collected within her and that family. There's a lot of toxicity that goes towards her mother, towards her father. It goes at each other, and it trickles down to the kids. So this is one of those sad situations, Tori, where I feel like the kids kind of bore the brunt of this. I don't know what kind
Very
of
public,
family,
right?
a very strange dynamic to this family.
In D.C., the talk of the town, and I will just tell you, is how do the Conways live? Because she's so vocal and public on one side, and he's so vocal and public on the other. And then these kids that are now being vocal, and it's a crazy, toxic sort of relationship. Brandon, what's your take on this whole thing?
Well, Tori, I mean, Al, just like you said, where when you live this public life, especially during politics, there's going to be shots fired at you all the time. Just look at Sarah Palin and what the media did to her family when it was out there, what they were doing. But I look at it like this, Al, because when Kellyanne Conway and Donald Trump ran in 2016, their daughter was around 10, 11, 12 years old. Back at that time, the kids around 11 and 12 years old, you're worried about, like, you know, Taylor Swift videos and TikTok and different social media platforms. Fast forward 4 years to where you're 15 years old and you kind of understand what's going on in America. And she seems, through her social media, she seems like a woke 15-year-old. So the days of, oh, you know, let me bribe you with some sort of milkshake or ice cream, it's like, no, why don't we get these kids unlocked out of cages, and then we can have some sort of conversation over dinner. And I imagine that has to be hard for the parents.
Yeah, I imagine the parents don't have much to say over dinner either. Very well said. All right, we're not sure if we will still see Kellyanne Conway speak at the Republican National Convention, but that today is kicking off. All of President Trump's family, with the exception of Barron, are set to speak at the event, which promises to be more live than virtual. The president is scheduled to speak every single night and says he wants to deliver a positive version of American greatness, focusing on all that he's accomplished. So what I've read from my little nerdy searches is he felt that Joe Biden's speech was very dark, doom, gloom, right? The democracy is at stake, the light versus the dark. And Trump's going to come out and be optimistic and more positive. Al, what's your reaction to that?
I mean, we've seen this story before, Tori. It played out with Reagan and Jimmy Carter.
Totally.
Jimmy Carter famously had one term because Ronald Reagan came on and said, there's a new dawn in America. This country is great. We're going to get this back together. We're going to get you guys back to work. And optimism works better. If you think about the slogans, Brandon, when when in 2016, as you referred to in the other segment, Hillary's was "I'm with her" and Donald Trump's was "Make America Great Again." It was something for people to get behind, and this optimism does work with this base, and I think it's going to work again.
But Brandon, before you speak, I just want to know, but President Trump's not known to be the optimistic. He's usually more, doom and gloom. Do you think this will work for his brand, Brandon?
I think it will, because now that the Democratic convention was before this, you kind of got to sit back and take notes and say, hey, let's attack them here, let's pull back here, but let's show some sort of united front here, because that's what's lacking in this administration, and that's what's lacking in this campaign right now, in my own opinion. So I feel as though it's just one of those things where you wait and you see what someone's going to do, then you come back and you talk about what he's done when it comes to the economy, and you talk about what he's done in terms of his wall for his base, but also I think he doubles down on that as well and shows some sort of unified front, because that's, in my opinion, again, is what I feel as though this campaign is lacking.
All right, let's see what happens. Please write us in if you're planning on watching it, and who you're most excited to watch. We have got to just go straight to what's happening in Kenosha, Wisconsin. Authorities issued a curfew last night as angry crowds took to the streets to protest the shooting of a black man by police. Video of the shooting went viral, and a very strong warning, and I mean it to our viewers, if you're easily upset by videos, this video is graphic. It shows the man identified as Jacob Blake, he goes by Jake, walking around the front of a gray SUV on Sunday. Police officers follow close behind with guns drawn. As Blake opens the car door and steps inside, the officer fires at least 7 times at his back, point-blank range. Blake is reportedly in serious condition, and the officers have been placed on leave. I heard from his father, Jacob Blake Sr., that he is in stable condition following surgery. Al, what's your reaction?
Well, first of all, I'm happy that he's at least alive as we do this broadcast. To me, that's a win. People are going to look at this and see what they want to see. Half the country is going to see another black man being shot. Half the country is going to see somebody resisting arrest. I even saw people trying to say that George Floyd was resisting arrest. So you see what you want to see, even though it's on videotape. So as you watch this, I would just ask yourself, when have you ever seen this happen to somebody that wasn't a black man? I think that's the question. If you can honestly answer that, if you can say that you don't think that there's ever been somebody that's walked away from the police, tried to, this man was breaking up a fight, as I understand, Brandon, doing his civic duty. His 3 sons were in the car, so that's 3 more people that will be forever traumatized. It made me think of Philando Castillo,
yes.
And his daughter was in a car seat and his wife was next to him as he was murdered.
And the daughter in the car seat had to console the wife as she's crying. Brandon, if you've seen the video, the wife's reaction is what gets me. She starts just shaking. What did it bring up for you?
Yeah, the wife reaction gets you, but honestly, right now, Tori, Al Jackson, your reaction is getting me right now, because I can kind of feel what's going on in your heart right now, man, especially with you being a father with kids and you being a black father with kids. This is something that when we tell people that this is something that could happen to us, we're not just saying this because we're trying to pile on. We're not trying to be someone in the media that's just trying to pile on and separate. Al Jackson, I feel as though you're holding back emotion right now because, one, you know that you have a job to do, and yes, we are waiting for more details, but at the same time, you are a black man and a father at the same time. So I'm asking, are you okay? Are you okay, Al?
Yeah,
when you watch this?
I appreciate you asking that, Brandon. I looked at this last night, so I've had time to process this. And Brandon, as you're talking about me, I worry about you, brother. I look at you, you're a big guy, 6'5", former football player, and that's all that most ammunition would be needed to say, well, look, this guy's a big guy, he was reaching. This guy's a big guy, he kind of lunged at the cop. There's so much that has to be on a person of color's mind when they interact with the police, because if something doesn't go down perfectly, we know what the result is going to be. So I appreciate you worrying about me. I do worry about my children. We've heard Tiffany Haddish speak so eloquently about how she's scared to bring a child into this world. I have a son on the spectrum. Me and his mother constantly worry about what his life is going to be like. He's going to be a big kid, and he's not going to understand if the police try and pull him over with the noise and the lights. So it's something that's constantly on my mind.
Thank you for being so open, Al, Brandon. I am an ally in the best way I can, but thanks for being so open. Brandon, don't go away. Coming up on DBL, The Batman is back with Robert Pattinson in the lead role. We've got new scenes from the upcoming movie. And check out our studio. Most of our DBL coworkers are still producing the show from home during the pandemic. We'll be right back. We're getting a new look at Robert Pattinson as the Batman in a preview released over the weekend. Have a look.
If you are justice, please do not lie. What is the price for your blind eye?
Okay, so in case you missed it, that was Colin Farrell, completely unrecognizable as the Penguin. Many people are making comparisons to who he looks like. Some people saying he looks like Val Kilmer now, which is not a very nice thing. Val Kilmer also famously played Batman. But Richard Kind, the famous comedian and character actor, also is getting a lot.
I think he looks more like him.
We have a side-by-side here. Do we have it up here? Or is it just me looking like, there we go.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah. First off, also, a lot of people have been talking about Robert Pattinson is very emo. The Batman has long hair and kind of looks angsty. I don't love that.
No, I
don't.
My issue is with the Penguin. I want my Penguin to be super chubby. I like my Penguin very
Danny DeVito?
Danny DeVito.
I know.
I like him chubby and sassy.
Chubby and sassy
I don't
with
want
flippers.
an in-shape Penguin. Yeah.
You know, he ate that fish, that raw fish. He really did that. Remember
Did he really?
That? He really did that.
I did not.
We also are getting a Wonder Woman. I just want to let everyone know the preview of Wonder Woman is coming out.
The 1984 trailer?
1984 trailer came out, which looks awesome. Kristen Wiig. Isn't that Brandon? Which one are you more excited to see, Wonder Woman or Batman?
I'm going to say Batman. I'm going to say Batman because I didn't see the first Wonder Woman, so I need to go back and check that out. But Batman. But Al, But Al Jackson, when you say Danny DeVito was the best Penguin, absolutely not. Like, look at Colin Farrell. You want dark and evil bad guys. Danny DeVito looked like some sort of cartoon character when he was the Penguin. Colin Farrell looks evil.
My theory on this is this. Everyone has their own Batman and their own Saturday Night Live cast, and it's always the Batman or SNL cast you had in high school.
See, I like the later, I like the darker Batman. I don't like the Michael Keaton Batman. It's like, I don't want a 43-year-old Batman that looked like he has 4 kids.
Bruce
I don't
Wayne
want
needed
that.
time to get his
No, I want an in-shape, stern-talking,
He's in
gruff
shape.
Batman. I don't want Michael Keaton.
You want Clooney with the little bat suit and
I don't want Clooney.
Okay,
No, he's no.
I think we all remember that.
I want to. You know, I like my Batman. I like them dark, and I like my penguins chubby.
Chubby and
Yes.
sassy.
What if you saw a muscular penguin? You would never go back to that zoo.
I don't even know what to say to that.
I like chubby penguins.
Okay, you should not just say that as aloud. You sound crazy. Brandon, go ahead.
When he said I like my Batman's dark and my Penguin's chubby, it sounded like it was on your dating profile back in the day sometime, man.
I was gonna say that.
Swipe left.
Swipe left.
That's
You like your
right.
Penguin, sassy. All right, we have. I just want to say, what is your favorite Batman, real quick, Brandon? Because it's gonna be like the Val Kilmer. Let me see.
No, it's not.
Let me hear. What's your favorite Batman?
Oh, Christian Bale.
Okay,
Christian Bale, hands
he's
down.
He's
Christian
a younger.
Bale.
Okay.
He was good.
Yeah,
I'm
he
a
was great.
youngin'.
But
I'm a
Michael Keaton,
youngin'.
if you're a Michael Keaton fan, please write me in because I feel like a dinosaur. Coming up with DBL, celebrity stylist and TV personality Brad Goreski is on a new
Look at
mission.
that jacket.
Oh, it's like my dress. How he's using his voice to fight a very common skin condition. Coming up next. Welcome back to DBL. Brad Goreski is a celebrity stylist who is spending his lockdown, much like the rest of us, in sweatpants, but he's also raising awareness about the skin condition rosacea. Earlier, Stephanie Jones caught up with Brad and Dr. Idris. That's today's DBL Spotlight.
Welcome Brad Goreski and Dr. Idris to Daily Blast Live. Now before we get started, we need to have a quick check-in. How have things been for you both during the pandemic? Because, well, Brad, it's clear that you've got a newfound love for TikTok.
My secret's out. I have, yeah. You know, it's been a fun, creative outlet. You know, my mom and I have been kind of laughing about it because I just had discovered a bag of wigs in our attic, and I said to my mom, doesn't this remind you of when I was a kid? And I would just be like making clothes out of bed sheets and whatever and putting on shows. And she was like, yes, but now, you know, you're doing multiple wig changes and posting it online. So there's a little bit of a bigger audience, but it's been really fun.
I love it. And who's at Home Style? I've got to ask this question. Which celeb have you been most and least impressed with? Because let's be honest, the Lululemons have been out in full force in my apartment.
You know, I think it's an interesting time for fashion. You know, we were having this big luxe moment, and now I think that, you know, in quarantine, people are discovering different ways to be comfortable. I think the athleisure trend is obviously exploding, and I think it's a very interesting time right now, and I'm as guilty as you are. I'm not in my Lululemons, but I'm definitely in a version of that.
Dr. Idris, what do you wear? If you're at home, do you do consultations in your scrubs? Or like, do you wear regular clothes like us mere mortals?
It's Lululemons on the bottom and business on the top. So I'm glad that the camera can only keep it up here right now.
Okay, you're making me feel better, so thank you very much. Okay, you give me a bit of like confidence, it's not just me. The reason that you both are here today is to talk about rosacea. Brad, you work as a stylist, so you know how important personal appearance is. And how did rosacea impact you?
You know, rosacea has been a part of my life, and there was a time where I wasn't taking a lot of photos, my family wasn't taking a lot of photos of me, and you know, it would manifest itself in redness and blemishes and bumps, and not only can you see it on the outside, but I could feel it on the inside, that it was starting to affect the way that I felt about myself. And you know, it's really important to be a part of this Face Up to Rosacea campaign for me, because I want people to know that they're not alone and that there are solutions out there to achieve clearer skin, and that is through seeing your dermatologist.
Well, Dr. Idris, what advice would you share with people like Brad that have been like suffering from this? What advice have you got?
I think the best advice is, you know, go seek help, whether it's, you know, seeking out a local board certified dermatologist or, you know, going online we've actually put together this website, Face Up to Rosacea.
Promotional
Steph showed me some sweet, sweet deals on today's DBL Deal Blast, presented by MorningSave.com. Take a look. All right, what do you have for us today, Stephanie?
All right, Tori, well, today's very special because I'm here at home and I've got an incredible Deal Blast edition because it's the best sellers of the summer. Woo! So these are the products that everyone wants. Okay, so first of all, this is the must-have wardrobe item of the summer. It's the Sienna Vella handheld garment and fabric steamer in a really compact and lightweight design. Now, normally, Tori, this is $60, right? But we've got it for $19, which means you're saving 68%. This is the Strive Fusion Bio 2 Plus activity tracker and a smartwatch. So it's a fitness tracker and a smartwatch all in one. You can get your text alerts on here, you can set an alarm, and the best part, it tracks all of your steps, your calories, it monitors your heart rate, and even tracks your sleep. Normally, this is $80, right? We've got it for $15, Tori, which means you're saving 81%. Now, we all want to look flawless, gorgeous, and this is the answer to all of that. So you get everything you could ever need with this, the Selected Cosmetics Instant Facelift. Now, this is a powerful combination of minerals and antioxidants that will firm and tighten your skin, gives your skin like a facelift. Normally, this little stick of pure gold is $300. We have got it for our viewers for $29, which means you're saving 90%. This is the Hypergear Mini Boom portable Bluetooth speaker. It's compact, wireless, travel friendly. It connects to any device you've got via Bluetooth. Now, normally it's $50 and we've got it for $10, so you're saving 80%.
All right, guys, head on over to morningsave.com to snag these amazing deals at the lowest prices. You can even visit morningsave.com on your smartphone. All right, it was great seeing you. We'll see you same time, same place tomorrow. Goodbye.
Blast Live.
Kellyanne Conway resigns from her White House job after her teen daughter says she wants a new family.
Look what I did.
What's really behind all of this drama? New video showing an unarmed black man being shot multiple times by an officer, sparking overnight clashes between protesters and police. We've got the latest on the investigation. Outing celebrities on TikTok for their bad behavior?
She took $20 on a $500 dinner bill.
Does this TikTok trend go too far? and a first look at Robert Pattinson as the Dark Knight in the new Batman movie.
I'm vengeance.
Plus, Colin Farrell transforms into the Penguin. Can you believe that's him?
Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2.
Welcome to DBL. It is Monday, August 24th. I'm Sam here with Al. How are you?
Doing great. Happy Monday, my dear.
Happy Monday. Did you have a good weekend?
I did. Very chill. Very chill.
Okay.
Cleaned the house. Didn't really move.
Nice.
Yes, very stationary.
I hurt my neck jumping off a diving board this weekend. So
Really?
my age is officially in my face. Mid-air. Oh my God, I can't believe I hurt myself jumping off of a diving board. I'm not 20 anymore, I'm 40.
But you got this, though. You're still jumping off a diving board. That's inspiring to many.
Yeah, although I can barely move, so is
Okay.
it worth it? I don't know. Erica joining us from home. How are you, E?
Well, apparently I'm doing a little bit better than you. I decided to just, sit on my couch where it's safe all weekend.
I should take a page from your book. That's what I will be doing from now on. Okay, so we're going to kick things off with Kellyanne Conway. A lot of you already talking about their family drama. The president's counselor announced yesterday that she's stepping away from her role at the White House instead of working to re-elect the president. She says she will devote more time to her 4 kids. Meantime, her husband, George Conway, says he is withdrawing from the Lincoln Project, which is a group of Republicans united against President Trump, saying he wants to devote more time to family matters. Now, here's the thing. All of this follows a tweet from their 15-year-old daughter, Claudia, who said she is officially pushing for emancipation from her parents. If you didn't know, that's the legal process allowing kids under 18 to be declared an adult. So check out this video she posted to TikTok, but then later deleted.
If anybody has lawyers or anything, you can email me, because this is really getting out of control and I have to get out of the situation I'm in. My dad physically abused me a lot. My mom, the same thing with my mom. My mom got me arrested. She's very, very physically abusive.
Wow. This pains me to hear, Erica. I can only, obviously an investigation will take place, but hearing a 15-year-old accuse their parents of abuse, it makes me worried for that young girl. A lot of our viewers are generalizing it, not to be dismissive of Claudia's claim, but saying, they don't blame her, given that, their ideologies are completely different. Do you think Claudia's tweet sparked her parents to leave their posts? And do you think that their politically opposed jobs led to the family strife, as some of the viewers say they even have it in their own family?
I think there are a lot of mixed political belief families, and you don't see this type of fallout. I think that they became their jobs, and the jobs became the most important. And when that became more important than the family issues and the sanctity of their families, then I think that's a problem. This isn't the first time Claudia has spoken out, and she has been very vocal about what her beliefs are, really trying to distance herself from what her parents are doing. So I'm glad that they are prioritizing their family. I think every parent has a responsibility to prioritize their family.
I do too, and abuse aside, because again, that's such a...
we can't go there.
We can't go there.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, I want this girl far away from her parents. What do you make about what a lot of the viewers are saying about just dealing with the political animosity amongst families right now? And it's only going to get worse with the election so close.
Right, Sam, I'm going to tell you what I thought about and who I thought about. We're actually talking to her right now, Erica Cobb. I was listening to her because the viewers need to understand that it's not just them listening to us, it's like us listening as well and learning. And Erica said, this is probably a year and a half ago, she said she's very conscious of what she allows in her home. When she goes home after DBL, she rarely checks her social media. She rarely checks, because she's there in the sanctity of the walls of her home, and she's very guarded about what comes through those walls. The Conways are the exact opposite of that. Their door is wide open. Their public persona is wide open. Their daughter's door is open, and now a 15-year-old is vulnerable to anybody on the internet that has something good to say or negative or whatever towards her and her family. And I think everybody watching this can learn, because they need to understand that the vitriol you spit out on social media, the vitriol you spit out towards yourself will come back to you if you don't protect those walls and protect the people within them.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, to your point, Jason A. said on Facebook that he has yet to talk to his sister because of their political differences.
Right.
Okay, so we are still not sure if we're going to see Kellyanne Conway speak at the Republican National Convention, but that did kick off earlier today. All of President Trump's family, with the exception of Barron, are set to speak at the event, which promises to be more live than virtual. The president earlier today accepted his party's nomination to be president and says he'll be speaking every night. He wants to deliver a positive vision of American greatness, focusing on all that he has accomplished. Erica, what do you think he needs to say in order to unite Americans? Do you think that's what he will push, or do you think that he's going to really focus more on his Republican supporters?
Asking someone to predict what Trump will do has to be the most wild card situation ever. I wouldn't even try to believe. I'm not even going to attempt to predict what is going to happen, okay? That is just like, nah, you're not putting me there, Sam. Sorry.
Yeah, you have better odds in Vegas.
I'll take a shot at it, Sam. Erica, here's what I think he's going to do. He's going to do what worked the last time. If you think about the two campaign slogans in 2016, Hillary's was "I'm with her." Okay, but what was Trump's? Make America great again. It gives you a vision, something to aspire to. We saw this again with Jimmy Carter, who was a one-term president. What happened? Ronald Reagan, a Republican president, came in and said, hey, you know, we are the best country. We're the great. It's the new dawn in America. America first, and he won. So I think he's going to go down with the positive, and he's going to say, hey, we're still the best country ever. God bless America. Forget everybody else. We're number one, and he's going to double down on that, and it worked in 2016.
We'll see if it's going to work again, and if that's what his message will be. We do have to speak about this absolutely horrific story. A lot of you are talking about it. It took place in Kenosha, Wisconsin. Authorities issued a curfew last night as angry crowds took to the streets to protest the shooting of a black man by police. Now, video of the shooting went viral, and a strong warning to our viewers. The video is graphic. It shows the man, identified as Jacob Blake, walking around the front of a gray SUV on Sunday. Police officers follow close behind with guns drawn. As Blake opens the car door and steps inside, you see it there. The officers fire at least 7 times at his back. Now, Blake is reportedly in serious condition, and the officers have been placed on leave. Erica, here we go again. And to add fuel to the fire, his children were present. His young children are going to live with that trauma for the rest of their lives, I should say.
Yeah, it's never been shoot first, ask questions later. Like, that has never been protocol. But it seems as though for some officers, that's protocol. And then people wonder why there's so much civil unrest. I don't know, maybe because if you follow the rules, you can fall victim to unnecessary blatant violence. And if you follow the rules, you can fall victim to it. Apparently, reportedly, he was attempting to disengage another domestic dispute that he was just trying to help out. That's what's being reported. And so he inserted himself, and this is what happened. And it's like, what are we supposed to say at this point? Like, we've already taken to the streets and said Black Lives Matter. We stood up in protest for George Floyd. We've talked about Breonna Taylor, and these names just keep coming out. Like, what are we supposed to do?
Yeah, and Erica, how much, you know, I think about Al, I think about you, you know, I don't ever want that day to be justice for Erica Cobb or justice for Al Jackson, but that is something that comes to my mind, considering the climate that we live in today.
Yeah, I mean, it's not just today, Sam. It's been as long as I've been alive, and well before that. You know, Erica, you know, I saw this last night. I knew we were going to talk about it, and it's just like doing this show and just being a part of society. You already know how this is going to go. We're going to run the video. Half the country's going to say that was unjust. The other half is going to say he was resisting. There'll be protests. People will say they're saying they're pro Black Lives Matter. I agree with them. Other people will say they're looting and rioting and tearing up our streets. There'll be a suspension, but there'll be no arrest. If there is an arrest, he'll get off, and we will do the story again in 6 months. It is exhausting. It is who we are. It is who our country is, and we have to accept that this is how things are. We don't have to accept that this is how they always will be, but we do have to accept and take a long, hard look at who we are as a people. And we can't look at these as just isolated events. And for everyone that will say that he's resisting, I'm just saying, show me a piece of tape where we've ever seen a white woman shot point blank by a police officer. If you show me that tape, I will cease to speak.
Yeah, and you know what, Al, even if someone was resisting, is that a death penalty for them? No.
It seems to be. We are the judge, jury, and executioner in the streets when it comes to certain people.
Chime in, DBL Nation. We want to hear from you. Please go to our Facebook and YouTube using the hashtag DBL Take. We'll be right back. Feel like is plaguing every single parent right now. Is it safe for our kids to go back to school? That, of course, is the million-dollar question. And joining us now with answers is Dr. Payal Kohli. Hey, doctor. So a lot of parents definitely are waiting to hear what you have to say. But first, we want to ask about the FDA's emergency announcement just yesterday. Blood plasma is now allowed as a treatment for COVID-19 patients. The president claims this is a proven to reduce mortality by 35%. What do you make of this?
So Sam, convalescent plasma has now been studied in greater than 70,000 patients. And the good news is that it's quite safe. But I'll be honest, I was very surprised with this emergency use authorization by the FDA because the data for its efficacy is actually quite weak. Now, in the clinical trials, some patients that got convalescent plasma did get better, but there was no control arm. So you don't know if they didn't get plasma, whether they would have gotten better anyhow. And that 35% that the president is talking about is a relative risk reduction comparing plasma given early to plasma given late, or a higher dose of antibodies in the plasma to a lower dose of antibodies in the plasma. So it's not talking about whether the plasma works compared to no treatment at all. So I think there's still a lot of outstanding questions. And to be honest, I was very surprised with this EUA coming based off of the evidence that we know.
All right, Doc. Now, a lot of parents want to know this regarding schools. I'm sure you're interested in this as well because you have a young nephew. What advice are you giving to your brother about sending your nephew back to school? That's his son, your nephew, so you've got a stake in this.
So, Al, we've had so many conversations, my brother and I. It's the only time he actually calls me, believe it or not. And we've had a lot of back and forth because it is such a difficult time to be a parent and such a difficult decision to make. So we've talked about 4 main factors to really help you decide. The first is, what are the cases doing in the community? The second is there anyone high risk at home that the child could bring back the infection to? The third is, are there extenuating circumstances like childcare issues or lack of access to internet or other such issues that would sway your decision? And then the fourth is, what are the schools doing in terms of precautions, and do you feel comfortable? So we've had a lot of conversations, and my nephew has gone back to school, but I'm really curious to hear yours and Sam's perspective, because you're both parents and you both have kids going to school, or in Sam's case, Sophie's going to pre-K. So how do you guys feel about what's going on?
I'm so torn, Al. I just pulled Dr. Cole. First of all, thank you for defining what nephew means,
I
Al.
knew that was coming. I knew that was coming.
Yeah, okay. I won't even go down that rabbit hole. But no, Dr. Coley, it literally took me all summer long to finally come up with a conclusion, and I decided to keep Sophie home. We are going to, there she is, homeschool her. I mean, I'm not sure what they really learn in pre-K, but we'll find out and we'll apply it. Al, what are you doing? Your kids are older, so it's a lot more important what you're doing.
They're at home.
Yeah.
They're at home. I mean, it's tough. It's difficult. I think every parent is going through the exact same thing. It's hard to work when you have kids at home, especially when they're of a certain age, and also keep an eye on them. So it's tough. We decided to keep them home. I'm still down, and Dr. Coley, maybe we can talk about this the next time. What about having school outside while it's still warm enough?
That is a great idea.
That's a fabulous idea, Al, because we know the transmission outside is 19 times lower than inside. But I have to say, you guys, that I'm very supportive of your decisions, because if I had a child, I would probably lean that way as well. And we worry so much about them not socializing or getting the right development. But I really want to reassure the parents out there, no matter what decision you make this year, it's going to be okay. Your child will bounce back. And that's the great thing about kids. They're so versatile.
Thank you for saying that, because I know that a lot of parents out there are feeling guilty,
That's
no matter
right.
which way they decide to choose for their kids. We appreciate you, Auntie Dr. Coley, because you have a nephew, your brother's son. Thank you, Doctor. You'll be back next week. So if you have a question about coronavirus you want answered by Dr. Coley, write us on social media. You can also email info@dailyblastlive.com. We will be right back. Welcome back to DBL. Brad Gorski is a celebrity stylist who is spending his lockdown, much like the rest of us, in sweatpants. But he's also raising awareness about the skin condition rosacea. Earlier, Stephanie Jones caught up with Brad and Dr. Idris. That's today's DBL Spotlight.
Welcome Brad Gorski and Dr. Idris to Daily Blast Live. Now before we get started, we need to have a quick check-in. How have things been for you both during the pandemic? Because, well, Brad, it's clear that you've got a newfound love for TikTok.
My secret's out. I have, yeah. You know, it's been a fun, creative outlet. You know, my mom and I have been kind of laughing about it because I just had discovered a bag of wigs in our attic, and I said to my mom, doesn't this remind you of when I was a kid? And I would just be like making clothes out of bed sheets and whatever and putting on shows. And she was like, yes, but now, you know, you're doing multiple wig changes and posting it online. So there's a little bit of a bigger audience, but it's been really fun.
I love it. Who's at home style? I've got to ask this question. Which celeb have you been most and least impressed with? Because let's be honest, the Lululemons have been out in full force in my apartment.
You know, I think it's an interesting time for fashion. You know, we were having this big luxe moment, and now I think that, you know, in quarantine, people are discovering different ways to be comfortable. I think the athleisure trend is obviously exploding, and I think it's a very interesting time right now, and I'm as guilty as you are. I'm not in my Lululemons, but I'm definitely in a version of that.
Dr. Idris,
Yeah.
what do you wear? If you're at home, do you do consultations in your scrubs? Or like, do you wear regular clothes like us mere mortals?
It's Lululemons on the bottom and business on the top. So I'm glad that the camera can only keep it up here right now.
Okay, you're making me feel better, so thank you very much. Okay, you give me a bit of like confidence, it's not just me. The reason that you both are here today is to talk about rosacea. Brad, you work as a stylist, so you know how important personal appearance is. And how did rosacea impact you?
You know, rosacea has been a part of my life, and there was a time where I wasn't taking a lot of photos, my family wasn't taking a lot of photos of me, and you know, it would manifest itself in redness and blemishes and bumps, and not only can you see it on the outside, but I could feel it on the inside, that it was starting to affect the way that I felt about myself. And you know, it's really important to be a part of this Face Up to Rosacea campaign for me, because I want people to know that they're not alone and that there are solutions out there to achieve clearer skin, and that is through seeing your dermatologist.
Well, Dr. Idris, what advice would you share with people like Brad that have been like suffering from this? What advice have you got?
I think the best advice is, you know, go seek help, whether it's, you know, seeking out a local board certified dermatologist or, you know, going online we've actually put together this website, faceuptorosacea.us, that has a bunch of information at your fingertips.
Thank you both so much for talking with us today and raising awareness about rosacea. You've both been incredible. Daily Blast Live will be back right after this.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by Attention
Here's what's coming up. The Batman is back. We've got new scenes from the upcoming movie. DBL's new every day. We'll be right back.
Is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2.
Welcome to DBL. I'm Sam here with Al. Erica joining us from home. Okay, so we are getting a new look at Robert Pattinson as the Batman in a preview released over the weekend. Have a look.
If you are justice, please do not lie. What is the price for your blind eye?
Ooh, in case you missed it, you guys, that was Colin Farrell. Yeah, completely unrecognizable as the Penguin. Oh my gosh. Erica, are you a fan of the Batman franchise? Do you like when they go real dark? We've seen them go dark before. And what do you think about Robert Pattinson? Do we have a full screen of how Robert looks as Batman? Because he's like a super emo Batman. Do we have it? So Erica can get a good look. There he is. Erica, what you thinking?
Erica has not seen Batman. Hot. I'm going out on a ledge right there. Erica's not seen it. Stop it.
Al's right. This is completely out of my wheelhouse. I wanted to be so invested. I really did. I wanted to be there for you, Sam. I can't. I'm sorry.
So Erica's checked out. What about you?
You know, Sam, I think the bigger question rather than Colin Farrell is like, why do people still live in Gotham City? Like after Bane, wouldn't you have moved your family? Like who still lives there?
Al, don't burst everybody's bubble.
Get a realtor.
This is a
20 miles out. You can go in for dinner and come back out.
This is not.
Why are you still living after the Joker? You're still.
This isn't a documentary.
Renewing that lease.
This is a made-up place. Okay, Al. This stems from comic books. Let people dive back into their nostalgia and watch it, especially like in a Frank Miller dark way. But no, you have to burst everyone's bubble and bring sense to the matter.
Do you like the dark Batman? Because I like it.
See, I've changed. I used to live for the darkness.
All right, what are you, a 15-year-old locked in their room, blasting The Cure?
Pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah, I used to love like the darker the better. Now that I'm a mom, I just don't like it too dark. Isn't that sad? I know.
What
boring.
do you think? Do you want the old school Batman with Adam West?
Yeah, I know.
Like pow?
I liked it with like Michael Keaton.
Oh, wow, that was a mom Batman.
I know.
That was a very
I'm
mom
full-blown
Batman.
Mom. So you like it super dark?
I do. I like it like that. It's
so
gritty.
You're excited?
I'm in.
Okay.
I will watch
right.
this.
I want to be dark Sam again.
No.
I don't like
the kids.
Mom
The kids
Sam.
are in your heart now. You're all.
I know.
You're all.
Right.
Yeah, you like Mr. Mom Batman.
Boo. Okay, so T.I. is coming to Megan Thee Stallion's defense after she was shot. Last week, Megan told fans on Instagram Live that Canadian rapper Tory Lanez was the one who allegedly shot her in the feet last month in Los Angeles. Tory has stayed silent on the matter, but now fellow T.I. says he should speak up. Watch.
Under no circumstances should any man be, accepted for shooting a black woman. Any woman, any woman, but, especially black women. Man, I wouldn't let nobody be taught. Man, Tory, you need to say something, bro.
Yeah, and Erica, what do you make of T.I. wanting Tory to speak up about the shooting and others to speak to stick up for her?
Well, first of all, I believe Meg Thee Stallion. I don't see any reason she has to lie about who shot her. I also understand her explanation. She talked about the fact that, we're in crazy times when it comes to engagements with officers. They were a group of black people in a vehicle and there were shots fired, meaning there was a weapon in the car. So she was not only concerned about her safety, but the safety of everyone else involved. I think that she likely hasn't spoken out because there was this cloak of silence, and a lot of people are saying it has to do with this rule about snitching. But the reality is all of these stories were being leaked to the media, and they weren't coming from her camp. So not only was she the victim that night, she was also victimized by the media and all of the memes and all of the butt of the jokes, which is exactly the reason why she came forward and said, black women are never protected. I appreciate that T.I. came forward. Even, he's always spoken about black women and how black women, are the nucleus of the family and all of these different things. But I want to see a more impassioned response from people. The last time we heard from rappers that were in breaking and trending news, it was 50 Cent and Lil Wayne, where they were saying disparaging things about black women. I think that a lot of women are really feeling like we are on the front lines fighting for black men, and they're not getting that same response back. And Meg Thee Stallion is just the latest in this, really, it's a very emotional thing. People see themselves in her and feel like if she's not protected, then I'm not protected. And the fact that he has said nothing, to me, just goes to his guilt.
Wow. Thank you, Erica. Okay, so don't mess with the town of Danbury. That's the message John Oliver got after he randomly lashed out at the Connecticut town on a recent episode of Last Week Tonight. Watch.
Danbury, Connecticut can eat my whole I know exactly 3 things about Danbury. USA Today ranked it the 2nd best city to live in 2015. It was once the centre of the American hat industry. And if you're from there, you got a standing invite to come get a thrashing from John Oliver, children included, you.
Danbury's mayor, Mark Boughton, didn't appreciate his town being called out, so he fired back at the comedian. Have a look.
Behind me, you'll see the City of Danbury sewer plant. And we are going to rename it the John Oliver Memorial Sewer Plant. Why? Because it's full of just like you, John.
Okay, Al, a comedian, what did you make of what John Oliver said? What did you make about the mayor clapping back?
Well, I've been watching John Oliver for years, and this is what he does. He'll pick a random city or country and just kind of lay into them, especially as a city that he has no affiliation with. Honestly, I think they like the back and forth. I don't know if you guys remember, but UFC has a fight island where they have the fights happen where no one will get COVID. And John Oliver said that they're so stupid they're overlooking the best name, UFC, C spelled S-E-A, for UFC. And Dana White, the president of the UFC, said, I know you're trying to make fun of us, but that's a great idea. He trademarked it and now has T-shirts. And then they talked about it on John Oliver. So they kind of have this back and forth. I didn't think the sewage plant was like too much of a shot. It's just kind of having fun over a serious topic, which was juries, which is what they were talking about. So I liked it as a comic.
I wonder if it'll continue and if we'll see John Oliver actually go there.
He will address it.
He will, yes. Okay, so an Atlanta woman has gone viral over her gospel-inspired song about snacking during quarantine. Watch.
I think it's time for my snack
She's at the fridge
but it's only
again.
been 2 minutes since the last visit.
She's at the fridge
oh,
again.
I'm gonna need your help.
Please come get her.
I need you right now.
She needs your help.
At the fridge again.
She's at the fridge again.
That's praise and worship leader Katie French. Her video has racked up nearly 10 million views on Facebook. Erica, how much can we all relate to this, right? How much snacking have you done in quarantine?
I have played this song so many times. I'm probably responsible for 1,000 views. I'm like, she's at the fridge again. I'm like praising, and then it said, if a pickle and popsicle. I was on it. I was on it. Yes, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it.
Yeah, and Erica has a good voice.
Yes.
I just want to keep hearing from Erica. Now, you've lost weight in quarantine. How is that possible? You're like the only person that I know that has lost weight.
Well, I'm starting to reverse that trend, Sam. Listen, I started dating two people called Mike and Ike. Yeah, I honestly, like, we got the box of 10 that's like and just, I can't control myself. I cannot stop. I need help. So Mike and Ike's and Oreos have taken over my world. I tell my girl to hide them from me.
Yes.
That and gummy bears, I can't deal. I need help.
Yeah.
They say look to a higher power.
I'm the same way, and my husband has
What's your snack?
Well, my husband has this thing right now, Erica, with Krispy Kreme donuts. There's a Krispy Kreme by our house. He goes there. My husband has the best self-control. He can take one bite and put it aside. And then
That
me
makes sense.
sitting on the couch, I'm thinking, donuts, donuts. And before it's too late, I'm the one eating all the donuts when
Yeah.
I didn't even go there to get the donuts. Erica, does Anthony ever do anything like that to you, where he buys something and then you're the one eating up all the rest of whatever he got?
My husband has his own issues, okay? If I did not make sure that snacks weren't in the house, we'd be a house full of snacks. Anthony shops like we're having a dinner party every night. Like, he will buy a ring of shrimp and like burrata with crackers. And I'm like, what are we hosting people? And he's like, no, this is dinner. It's not dinner. You can't have a ring of shrimp, burrata, and crackers for dinner.
I'm not surprised, Erica. When I've gone out to dinner with you, your husband pretty much orders the whole menu, and I love it.
Everything.
Team Anthony.
It's
I do too.
It's impressive. Coming up on DBL, it's a growing trend. Ordinary people are putting celebrities on blast for their bad behavior.
Me?
DBL Nation, not you.
Am I a celebrity?
You are, but you've got good behavior. Is this right or just karma?
One car accident.
run-ins and then rating them. So we've showed you the post from a former New York City hostess that went viral. It helped kick off a trend. Here it is if you haven't seen it.
Next up, we have Mrs. Bieber. This is going to be controversial. I've met her a handful of times, and every time she was not nice. I really want to like her, but I have to give her like a 3.5 out of 10. Sorry. Next up, we have Kylie. She was fine, but she tipped $20 on a $500 dinner bill. Do with that information what you will.
And now that Hailey Bieber responded with an apology, other service industry workers are sounding off. So check out this LA server who did not hold back when dishing on the celebs she served.
She looked into my soul and thanked me, and she tipped super well. Love you, B. If you think this guy looks like a it's because he is. Okay, so I served Conan twice in my lifetime living in LA, and he is awesome. He is honestly just a sweet dude, and he just treats the service staff like we're actual people. I live for it. Susan Sarandon had her dog with her, and we had to, like, kick the dog out.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so we've all worked in the service industry here, right?
Yes.
I worked at one of the places that I worked, Erica, and you know, and so do you, Al, was a fancy club where I did wait on a lot of celebrities. Some of them weren't so nice, some of them were really nice, but I've always, when I discussed with people, I try and only talk about those that were really nice, and then I've always couched it, because you never know what that person's going through. Like, I never had good experiences with Lindsay Lohan, but I always couched that with, at the time, you know, she was publicly using. She talked about that. It was the biggest downward spiral of her life, so I have to take that into consideration. I also have to take into consideration if I was having a bad day.
Sam, let me ask you really quickly. You did what these people are doing, but you had more time with the celebrities than somebody working at a coffee shop.
Yes.
Would you have done this?
No.
If there was TikTok around, because you could get a big following.
I guess it would have. So what Al's referring to is I worked in bottle service, which is where one waitress is with
for hours,
a client for 4 to 6 hours. So you're waiting on them constantly for the 4 to 6 hours. So you really do get to know them. No, I just wouldn't feel comfortable. Again, if someone's, you know how empathetic I am to addiction. A lot of the times those people aren't their best self because they're high or they're drinking or maybe they had a bad day or maybe they really are a bad person.
Yes.
But I don't know. If you have kids, Erica, what do you think? I mean, you just never know what that slippery slope would be. Then their kids are affected. I don't know if it's worth it.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a million years ago since I was working in nightclubs and restaurants. It seems like. So when we would get celebrity clients, like a big part of how you keep those jobs is by keeping your mouth shut. So the idea that this is happening now is probably a timing issue because so many bars and restaurants are closed. So there's probably the sense of, oh, well, I'm going to talk about my experience. Most of my experiences were really great, including Kanye West, if you can imagine. Yeah.
Chicago bias.
He was a really polite guy. I'm sorry. He was a great guy. But yeah, I think most of my experiences were great.
It's good to know. Mine were a mixed bag, I should say. A special edition of DBL Deal Blast is coming up next. Don't miss it.
We all know that movement is like medicine, but getting the
Welcome back to DBL. It's time for some sweet, sweet deals. Oh, yeah. Earlier, Steph showed Tori some great products at even better prices. Here's today's DBL Deal Blast presented by MorningSave.com.
All right, what do you have for us today, Stephanie?
All right, Tori. Well, today's very special because I'm here at home and I've got an incredible Deal Blast edition because it's the best sellers of the summer. Woo! So these are the products that everyone wants. Okay, so first of all, this is the must-have wardrobe item of the summer. It's small, easy to use. It's the Sienna Vella handheld garment and fabric steamer in a really compact and lightweight design. You can press this little trigger and it gets 30 seconds of power and steam, and it has an auto shut off as well, so you don't need to worry about leaving it on. It's really safe. Now, normally, Tori, this is $60, right? But we've got it for $19, which means you're saving 68%.
Who knows with the table and this hot thing?
I don't want to iron.
No.
I do not own an iron. This is it. I'm all for steaming. Steam me up. Next on today's hit list, something that's been super, super popular. People cannot get enough of this. It's because we all want help with our health and our sleep. This is the Strive Fusion Bio 2 Plus activity tracker and a smartwatch. So it's a fitness tracker and a smartwatch all in one. You can get your text alerts on here, you can set an alarm, and the best part, it tracks all of your steps, your calories, it monitors your heart rate, and even tracks your sleep. And you know what the best bit is, Tor? You don't have to charge it for once every 2 weeks. It has a 14-day battery life. Whoa. Normally, this is $80. Right, we've got it for $15, Tori, which means you're saving 81%.
Oh my. To get your steps in, guys, for $15 and to monitor everything, that's a no-brainer.
This does it all.
Done.
Yeah, and text alerts too.
Done.
Now, we all want to look flawless, gorgeous, and this is the answer to all of that. So you get everything you could ever need with this, the Selected Cosmetics Instant Facelift. Now, this is a powerful combination of minerals and antioxidants that will firm and tighten your skin, gives your skin like a facelift that can last up to 8 hours. The results are instant. It retains moisture in the skin and it helps replenish it with natural oils. Now, normally, are you ready, Tori?
Yeah.
Normally, this little stick of pure gold is $300.
Whoa.
For our viewers, for $29, which means you're saving 90%.
We're giving it away. You know what's funny? You can use your steamer, get rid of your wrinkles on your clothes, get rid of your wrinkles on your face with that product. You're done. You're done.
I love it. It's so true. No, so this is like probably product of the week because that price is just unbelievable.
And I like the product packaging. I think that's really cute.
Fancy. Fancy, fancy. This is the Hypergear Mini Boom portable Bluetooth speaker. It's compact, wireless, travel friendly. It's got the most amazing sound. It connects to any device you've got via Bluetooth. You can even get your phone calls on it. Now, normally it's $50 and we've got it for $10, so you're saving 80%. So this is like a must-have.
I have to admit I own one, and I do something interesting. I put it in the shower where there's no wet parts coming in, and I blast. Like Broadway shows.
You know what the funny thing is I've got one in my bathroom too. I'm not even lying.
All right, guys, head on over to morningsave.com to snag these amazing deals at the lowest prices. You can even visit morningsave.com on your smartphone. Steph, thank you so much for steaming my morning straight, huh? Thank you.
Oh, yeah, I got you back, girl.
Thank you. We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
Welcome back to DBL. We love sharing your comments. Uh-oh, this one's calling me out. Chris on Facebook says Sam is only concerned, this is in regard to Claudia Conway. Sam is only concerned because the little 15-year-old tyrant is in her political spectrum. The kid is a brat, and at 15, she doesn't know what the hell she's talking about. Listen, political affiliation aside, and I say this with all sincerity, if abuse, and again, it's alleged abuse, but if abuse is talked about, I want that investigated. So it has nothing to do with political affiliation. Also, Erica, I feel like that we don't oftentimes give 15-year-olds or our youth enough credit. I mean, why are we assuming that she doesn't know what the heck she's talking about?
Right.
Well, she can always tell you how she feels, and I think that that should be respected, regardless of what the political situation is. This is a child, and she's crying out for help, one way or the other, so she needs it.
Yeah, one way or the other, right, Al?
Right.
Yeah. Erica, thank you, but thank you for that comment. I always appreciate what you have to say. DBL's new every day. Bye, guys.
House job after her teen daughter says she wants a new family.
Look what I did.
What's really behind all of this drama? New video showing an unarmed black man being shot multiple times by an officer, sparking overnight clashes between protesters and police. We've got the latest on the investigation. Outing celebrities on TikTok for their bad behavior?
She tipped $20 on a $500 dinner bill.
Does this TikTok trend go too far? And a first look at Robert Pattinson as the Dark Knight in the new Batman movie.
I'm vengeance.
Plus, Colin Farrell transforms into the Penguin. Can you believe that's him?
Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2. Welcome to DBL. It is Monday, August 24th. I'm Sam here with Al. How are you?
Doing great. Happy Monday, my dear.
Happy Monday. Did you have a good weekend?
I did. Very chill. Very chill.
Okay.
Cleaned the house. Didn't really move. Yes, very stationary.
I hurt my neck jumping off a diving board this weekend. So
Really?
my age is officially in my face. Mid-air, oh my God, I can't believe I hurt myself jumping off of a diving board. I'm not 20 anymore, I'm 40.
But you got this, though. You're still jumping off a diving board. That's inspiring to many.
Yeah, although I can barely move, so is
Okay.
it worth it? I don't know. Erica joining us from home. How are you, E?
Well, apparently I'm doing a little bit better than you. I decided to just, sit on my couch where it's safe all weekend.
I should take a page from your book. That's what I will be doing from now on. Okay, so we're going to kick things off with Kellyanne Conway. A lot of you already talking about their family drama. The president's counselor announced yesterday that she's stepping away from her role at the White House instead of working to re-elect the president. She says she will devote more time to her 4 kids. Meantime, her husband, George Conway, says he is withdrawing from the Lincoln Project, which is a group of Republicans united against President Trump, saying he wants to devote more time to family matters. Now, here's the thing. All of this follows a tweet from their 15-year-old daughter, Claudia, who said she is officially pushing for emancipation from her parents. If you didn't know, that's the legal process allowing kids under 18 to be declared an adult. So check out this video she posted to TikTok, but then later deleted.
If anybody has lawyers or anything, you can email me, because this is really getting out of control and I have to get out of the situation I'm in. My dad physically abused me a lot. My mom, the same thing with my mom. My mom got me arrested. She's very, very physically abusive.
Wow. This pains me to hear, Erica. I can only, obviously an investigation will take place, but hearing a 15-year-old accuse their parents of abuse, it makes me worried for that young girl. A lot of our viewers are generalizing it, not to be dismissive of Claudia's claim, but saying, they don't blame her, given that, their ideologies are completely different. Do you think Claudia's tweet sparked her parents to leave their posts? And do you think that their politically opposed jobs led to the family strife, as some of the viewers say they even have it in their own family?
I think there are a lot of mixed political belief families, and you don't see this type of fallout. I think that they became their jobs, and the jobs became the most important. And when that became more important than the family issues and the sanctity of their families, then I think that's a problem. This isn't the first time Claudia has spoken out, and she has been very vocal about what her beliefs are, really trying to distance herself from what her parents are doing. So I'm glad that they are prioritizing their family. I think every parent has a responsibility to prioritize their family.
I do too, and abuse aside, because again, that's such a
we can't go there.
We can't go there.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, I want this girl far away from her parents. What do you make about what a lot of the viewers are saying about just dealing with the political animosity amongst families right now? And it's only going to get worse with the election so close.
Right, Sam. I'm going to tell you what I thought about and who I thought about. And we're actually talking to her right now, Erica Cobb. I was listening to her because the viewers need to understand that it's not just them listening to us, it's like us listening as well and learning. And Erica said, this is probably a year and a half ago, she said she's very conscious of what she allows in her home. When she goes home after DBL, she rarely checks her social media. She rarely checks because she's there in the sanctity of the walls of her home, and she's very guarded about what comes through those walls. The Conways did the exact opposite of that. Their door is wide open. Their public persona is wide open. Their daughter's door is open, and now a 15-year-old is vulnerable to anybody on the internet that has something good to say or negative or whatever towards her and her family. And I think everybody watching this can learn, because they need to understand that the vitriol you spit out on social media, the vitriol you spit out towards yourself will come back to you if you don't protect those walls and protect the people within them.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, to your point, Jason A. said on Facebook that he has yet to talk to his sister because of their political differences.
Right.
Okay, so we are still not sure if we're going to see Kellyanne Conway speak at the Republican National Convention, but that did kick off earlier today. All of President Trump's family, with the exception of Barron, are set to speak at the event, which promises to be more live than virtual. The president earlier today accepted his party's nomination to be president and says he'll be speaking every night. He wants to deliver a positive vision of American greatness, focusing on all that he has accomplished. Erica, what do you think he needs to say in order to unite Americans? Do you think that's what he will push, or do you think that he's going to really focus more on his Republican supporters?
asking someone to predict what Trump will do has to be the most wild card situation ever. I wouldn't even try to believe. I'm not even going to attempt to predict what is going to happen, okay? That is just like, nah, you're not putting me there, Sam. Sorry.
You have better odds in Vegas.
I'll take a shot at it, Sam. Erica, here's what I think he's going to do. He's going to do what worked the last time. If you think about the two campaign slogans in 2016, Hillary's was "I'm with her." Okay, but what was Trump's? Make America great again. It gives you a vision, something to aspire to. We saw this again with Jimmy Carter, who was a one-term president. What happened? Ronald Reagan, a Republican president, came in and said, hey, you know, we are the best country. We're the great. It's the new dawn in America. America first, and he won. So I think he's going to go down with the positive, and he's going to say, hey, we're still the best country ever. God bless America. Forget everybody else. We're number one, and he's going to double down on that, and it worked in 2016.
We'll see if it's going to work again, and if that's what his message will be. We do have to speak about this absolutely horrific story. A lot of you are talking about it. It took place in Kenosha, Wisconsin. Authorities issued a curfew last night as angry crowds took to the streets to protest the shooting of a black man by police. Now, video of the shooting went viral, and a strong warning to our viewers. The video is graphic. It shows the man, identified as Jacob Blake, walking around the front of a gray SUV on Sunday. Police officers follow close behind with guns drawn. As Blake opens the car door and steps inside, you see it there. The officers fire at least 7 times at his back. Now, Blake is reportedly in serious condition, and the officers have been placed on leave. Erica, here we go again. And to add fuel to the fire, his children were present. His young children are going to live with that trauma for the rest of their lives, I should say.
Yeah, it's never been shoot first, ask questions later. Like, that has never been protocol. But it seems as though for some officers, that's protocol. And then people wonder why there's so much civil unrest. I don't know, maybe because if you follow the rules, you can fall victim to unnecessary blatant violence. And if you follow the rules, you can fall victim to it. Apparently, reportedly, he was attempting to disengage another domestic dispute that he was just trying to help out. That's what's being reported. And so he inserted himself, and this is what happened. And it's like, what are we supposed to say at this point? Like, we've already taken to the streets and said Black Lives Matter. We stood up in protest for George Floyd. We've talked about Breonna Taylor, and these names just keep coming out. Like, what are we supposed to do?
Yeah, and Erica, how much, you know, I think about Al, I think about you, you know, I don't ever want that day to be justice for Erica Cobb or justice for Al Jackson, but that is something that comes to my mind, considering the climate that we live in today.
Yeah, I mean, it's not just today, Sam. It's been as long as I've been alive, and well before that. You know, Erica, you know, I saw this last night. I knew we were going to talk about it, and it's just like doing this show and just being a part of society. You already know how this is going to go. We're going to run the video. Half the country's going to say that was unjust. The other half is going to say he was resisting. There'll be protests. People will say they're saying they're pro Black Lives Matter. I agree with them. Other people will say they're looting and rioting and tearing up our streets. There'll be a suspension, but there'll be no arrest. If there is an arrest, he'll get off, and we will do the story again in 6 months. It is exhausting. It is who we are. It is who our country is, and we have to accept that this is how things are. We don't have to accept that this is how they always will be, but we do have to accept and take a long, hard look at who we are as a people. And we can't look at these as just isolated events. And for everyone that will say that he's resisting, I'm just saying, show me a piece of tape where we've ever seen a white woman shot point blank by a police officer. If you show me that tape, I will cease to speak.
Yeah, and you know what, Al, even if someone was resisting, is that a death penalty for them? No.
It seems to be. We are the judge, jury, and executioner in the streets when it comes to certain people.
Chime in, DBL Nation. We want to hear from you. Please go to our Facebook and YouTube using the hashtag DBLTake. We'll be right back. Welcome back to DBL. Okay, so the question that I feel like is plaguing every single parent right now, is it safe for our kids to go back to school? That, of course, is the million-dollar question. And joining us now with answers is Dr. Payal Kohli. Hey, doctor. So a lot of parents definitely are waiting to hear what you have to say. But first, we want to ask about the FDA's emergency announcement just yesterday. Blood plasma is now allowed as a treatment for COVID-19 patients. The president claims this is a proven to reduce mortality by 35%. What do you make of this?
So Sam, convalescent plasma has now been studied in greater than 70,000 patients. And the good news is that it's quite safe. But I'll be honest, I was very surprised with this emergency use authorization by the FDA because the data for its efficacy is actually quite weak. Now, in the clinical trials, some patients that got convalescent plasma did get better, but there was no control arm. So you don't know if they didn't get plasma, whether they would have gotten better anyhow. And that 35% that the president is talking about is a relative risk reduction comparing plasma given early to plasma given late, or a higher dose of antibodies in the plasma to a lower dose of antibodies in the plasma. So it's not talking about whether the plasma works compared to no treatment at all. So I think there's still a lot of outstanding questions. And to be honest, I was very surprised with this EUA coming based off of the evidence that we know.
All right, Doc. Now, a lot of parents want to know this regarding schools. I'm sure you're interested in this as well because you have a young nephew. What advice are you giving to your brother about sending your nephew back to school? That's his son, your nephew, so you've got a stake in this.
So, Al, we've had so many conversations, my brother and I. It's the only time he actually calls me, believe it or not. And we've had a lot of back and forth because it is such a difficult time to be a parent and such a difficult decision to make. So we've talked about 4 main factors to really help you decide. The first is, what are the cases doing in the community? The second is there anyone high risk at home that the child could bring back the infection to? The third is, are there extenuating circumstances like childcare issues or lack of access to internet or other such issues that would sway your decision? And then the fourth is, what are the schools doing in terms of precautions, and do you feel comfortable? So we've had a lot of conversations, and my nephew has gone back to school, but I'm really curious to hear yours and Sam's perspective, because you're both parents and you both have kids going to school, or in Sam's case, Sophie's going to pre-K. So how do you guys feel about what's going on?
I'm so torn, Al. I just pulled Dr. Cole. First of all, thank you for defining what nephew means,
I
Al.
knew that was coming.
That.
I knew that was coming.
Yeah, okay, I won't even go down that rabbit hole. But no, Dr. Kohli, it literally took me all summer long to finally come up with a conclusion, and I decided to keep Sophie home. We are going to, oh, there she is, homeschool her. I mean, I'm not sure what they really learn in pre-K, but we'll find out and we'll apply it. Al, what are you doing? Your kids are older, so it's a lot more important what you're doing.
They're at home.
Yeah.
They're at home. I mean, it's tough. It's difficult. I think every parent is going through the exact same thing. It's hard to work when you have kids at home, especially when they're of a certain age, and also keep an eye on them. So it's tough. We decided to keep them home. I'm still down, and Dr. Kohli, maybe we can talk about this the next time. What about having school outside while it's still warm enough?
That is a great idea.
That's a fabulous idea, Al, because we know the transmission outside is 19 times lower than inside. But I have to say, you guys, that I'm very supportive of your decisions, because if I had a child, I would probably lean that way as well. And we worry so much about them not socializing or getting the right development. But I really want to reassure the parents out there, no matter what decision you make this year, it's going to be okay. Your child will bounce back. And that's the great thing about kids. They're so versatile.
Thank you for saying that, because I know that a lot of parents out there are feeling guilty,
That's
no matter
right.
which way they decide to choose for their kids. We appreciate you, Auntie Dr. Kohli, because you have a nephew, your brother's son. Thank you, Doctor. You'll be back next week. So if you have a question about coronavirus you want answered by Dr. Kohli, write us on social media. You can also email info@dailyblastlive.com. We will be right back.
Ladies, what's
Welcome back to DBL. Brad Gorski is a celebrity stylist who is spending his lockdown, much like the rest of us, in sweatpants. But he's also raising awareness about the skin condition rosacea. Earlier, Stephanie Jones caught up with Brad and Dr. Idris. That's today's DBL Spotlight.
Welcome Brad Gorski and Dr. Idris to Daily Blast Live. Now before we get started, we need to have a quick check-in. How have things been for you both during the pandemic? Because, well, Brad, it's clear that you've got a newfound love for TikTok.
My secret's out. I have, yeah. You know, it's been a fun, creative outlet. You know, my mom and I have been kind of laughing about it because I just had discovered a bag of wigs in our attic, and I said to my mom, doesn't this remind you of when I was a kid? And I would just be like making clothes out of bed sheets and whatever and putting on shows. And she was like, yes, but now, you know, you're doing multiple wig changes and posting it online. So there's a little bit of a bigger audience, but it's been really fun.
I love it. And who's at home style? I've got to ask this question. Which celeb have you been most and least impressed with? Because let's be honest, the Lululemons have been out in full force in my apartment.
You know, I think it's an interesting time for fashion. You know, we were having this big luxe moment, and now I think that, you know, in quarantine, people are discovering different ways to be comfortable. I think the athleisure trend is obviously exploding, and I think it's a very interesting time right now, and I'm as guilty as you are. I'm not in my Lululemons, but I'm definitely in a version of that.
Dr. Idris,
Yeah.
what do you wear? If you're at home, do you do consultations in your scrubs? Or like, do you wear regular clothes like us mere mortals?
It's Lululemons on the bottom and business on the top. So I'm glad that the camera can only keep it up here right now.
Okay, you're making me feel better, so thank you very much. Okay, you give me a bit of like confidence, it's not just me. The reason that you both are here today is to talk about rosacea. Brad, you work as a stylist, so you know how important personal appearance is. And how did rosacea impact you?
You know, rosacea has been a part of my life, and there was a time where I wasn't taking a lot of photos, my family wasn't taking a lot of photos of me, and you know, it would manifest itself in redness and blemishes and bumps, and not only can you see it on the outside, but I could feel it on the inside, that it was starting to affect the way that I felt about myself. And you know, it's really important to be a part of this Face Up to Rosacea campaign for me, because I want people to know that they're not alone and that there are solutions out there to achieve clearer skin, and that is through seeing your dermatologist.
Well, Dr. Idris, what advice would you share with people like Brad that have been like suffering from this? What advice have you got?
I think the best advice is, you know, go seek help, whether it's, you know, seeking out a local board certified dermatologist or, you know, going online we've actually put together this website, faceuptorosacea.us, that has a bunch of information at your fingertips.
Thank you both so much for talking with us today and raising awareness about rosacea. You've both been incredible. Daily Blast Live will be back right after this.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by Attention.
The upcoming movie, DBL's new Every Day. We'll be right back.
This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2. Welcome to DBL. I'm Sam here with Al. Erica joining us from home. Okay, so we are getting a new look at Robert Pattinson as the Batman in a preview released over the weekend. Have a look.
If you are justice, please do not lie. What is the price for your blind eye?
Ooh, in case you missed it, you guys, that was Colin Farrell. Yeah, completely unrecognizable as the Penguin. Oh my gosh, Erica, are you a fan of the Batman franchise? Do you like when they go real dark? We've seen them go dark before. And what do you think about Robert Pattinson? Do we have a full screen of how Robert looks as Batman? Because he's like a super emo Batman. Do we have it? So Erica can get a good look. There he is. Erica, what you thinking?
Erica has not seen Batman.
Hot.
I'm going out on a ledge right there. Erica's not seen it. Stop it.
Al's right. This is completely out of my wheelhouse. I wanted to be so invested. I really did. I wanted to be there for you, Sam. I can't. I'm sorry.
So Erica's checked out. What about you?
You know, Sam, I think the bigger question rather than Colin Farrell is like, why do people still live in Gotham City? Like after Bane, wouldn't you have moved your family? Like who still lives there?
Al, don't burst everybody's bubble.
Get a realtor.
This is a
20 miles out. You can go in for dinner and come back out.
This is not.
Why are you still living after the Joker? You're still.
This isn't a documentary.
Renewing that lease.
This is a made-up place. Okay, Al. This stems from comic books. Let people dive back into their nostalgia and watch it, especially like in a Frank Miller dark way. But no, you have to burst everyone's bubble and bring sense to the matter.
Do you like the dark Batman? Because I like it.
See, I've changed. I used to live for the darkness.
What are you, a 15-year-old locked in their room, blasting The Cure?
Pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah, I used to love like the darker the better. Now that I'm a mom, I just don't like it too dark. Isn't that sad? I know.
What
boring.
do you think? Do you want the old school Batman with Adam West?
Yeah, I know.
Like pow?
I liked it with like Michael Keaton.
Oh, wow, that was a mom Batman.
I know.
That was a very mom Batman.
Mom. So you like it super dark?
I do. I like it like that. It's
so
gritty.
You're excited?
I'm in.
Okay.
I will
All
watch
right.
this.
I want to be dark Sam again.
No.
I don't like
the kids.
Mom
The kids are in
Sam.
your heart now. You're all.
I know.
You're all.
All right.
Yeah, you like Mr. Mom Batman.
Boo. Okay, so T.I. is coming to Megan Thee Stallion's defense after she was shot. Last week, Megan told fans on Instagram Live that Canadian rapper Tory Lanez was the one who allegedly shot her in the feet last month in Los Angeles. Tory has stayed silent on the matter, but now fellow T.I. says he should speak up. Watch.
Under no circumstances should any man be, accepted for shooting a black woman. Any woman. But, especially black women. Man, I wouldn't let nobody be talking. Man, Tori, you need to say something, bro.
Yeah, and Erica, what do you make of T.I. wanting Tory to speak up about the shooting and others to speak to stick up for her?
Well, first of all, I believe Meg Thee Stallion. I don't see any reason she has to lie about who shot her. I also understand her explanation. She talked about the fact that, we're in crazy times when it comes to engagements with officers. They were a group of black people in a vehicle and there were shots fired, meaning there was a weapon in the car. So she was not only concerned about her safety, but the safety of everyone else involved. I think that she likely hasn't spoken out because there was this cloak of silence, and a lot of people are saying it has to do with this rule about snitching. But the reality is all of these stories were being leaked to the media, and they weren't coming from her camp. So not only was she the victim that night, she was also victimized by the media and all of the memes and all of the butt of the jokes, which is exactly the reason why she came forward and said, black women are never protected. I appreciate that T.I. came forward. Even, he's always spoken about black women and how black women, are the nucleus of the family and all of these different things. But I want to see a more impassioned response from people. The last time we heard from rappers that were in breaking and trending news, it was 50 Cent and Lil Wayne, where they were saying disparaging things about black women. I think that a lot of women are really feeling like we are on the front lines fighting for black men, and they're not getting that same response back. And Meg Thee Stallion is just the latest in this, really, it's a very emotional thing. People see themselves in her and feel like if she's not protected, then I'm not protected. And the fact that he has said nothing, to me, just goes to his guilt.
Wow. Thank you, Erica. Okay, so don't mess with the town of Danbury. That's the message John Oliver got after he randomly lashed out at the Connecticut town on a recent episode of Last Week Tonight. Watch.
Danbury, Connecticut can eat my whole I know exactly 3 things about Danbury. USA Today ranked it the second best city to live in 2015. It was once the center of the American hat industry. And if you're from there, you got a standing invite to come get a thrashing from John Oliver, children included, you.
Danbury's mayor, Mark Boughton, didn't appreciate his town being called out, so he fired back at the comedian. Have a look.
Behind me, you'll see the City of Danbury sewer plant. And we are going to rename it the John Oliver Memorial Sewer Plant. Why? Because it's full of just like you, John.
Okay, Al, a comedian, what did you make of what John Oliver said? What did you make about the mayor clapping back?
Well, I've been watching John Oliver for years, and this is what he does. He'll pick a random city or country and just kind of lay into them, especially as a city that he has no affiliation with. Honestly, I think they like the back and forth. I don't know if you guys remember, but UFC has a fight island where they have the fights happen where no one will get COVID. And John Oliver said that they're so stupid they're overlooking the best name, UFC, C spelled S-E-A, for UFC. And Dana White, the president of the UFC, said, I know you're trying to make fun of us, but that's a great idea. He trademarked it and now has T-shirts. And then they talked about it on John Oliver. So they kind of have this back and forth. I didn't think the sewage plant was like too much of a shot. It's just kind of having fun over a serious topic, which was juries, which is what they were talking about. So I liked it as a comic.
I wonder if it'll continue and if we'll see John Oliver actually go there.
He will address it.
He will, yes. Okay, so an Atlanta woman has gone viral over her gospel-inspired song about snacking during quarantine. Watch.
I think it's time for my snack,
She's at the
y'all.
fridge
But it's only
again.
been 2 minutes since the last visit.
She's at the fridge
Oh,
again.
I'm gonna need your help.
Please come get her.
Need you right now.
She needs your help.
At the fridge again.
She's at the fridge again.
That's praise and worship leader Katie French. Her video has racked up nearly 10 million views on Facebook. Erica, how much can we all relate to this, right? How much snacking have you done in quarantine?
I have played this song so many times. I'm probably responsible for 1,000 views. I'm like, she's at the fridge again. I'm like praising, and then it said, if a pickle and popsicle. I was on it. I was on it. Yes, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it.
Yeah, and Erica has a good voice.
Yes.
I just want to keep hearing from Erica. Now, you've lost weight in quarantine. How is that possible? You're like the only person that I know that has lost weight.
Well, I'm starting to reverse that trend, Sam. Listen, I started dating two people called Mike and Ike. Yeah, I honestly, like, we got the box of 10 that's like and just, I can't control myself. I cannot stop. I need help. So Mike and Ike's and Oreos have taken over my world. I tell my girl to hide them from me.
Yes.
That and gummy bears, I can't deal. I need help.
Yeah.
They say look to a higher power.
I'm the same way, and my husband has
What's your snack?
Well, my husband has this thing right now, Erica, with Krispy Kreme donuts. There's a Krispy Kreme by our house. He goes there. My husband has the best self-control. He can take one bite and put it aside. And then
That
me
makes sense.
sitting on the couch, I'm thinking, donuts, donuts, donuts. And before it's too late, I'm the one eating all the donuts when
Yeah.
I didn't even go there to get the donuts. Erica, does Anthony ever do anything like that to you where he buys something and then you're the one eating up all the rest of whatever he got?
My husband has his own issues, okay? If I did not make sure that snacks weren't in the house, we'd be a house full of snacks. Anthony shops like we're having a dinner party every night. Like, he will buy a ring of shrimp and like burrata with crackers. And I'm like, are we hosting people? And he's like, no, this is dinner. It's not dinner. You can't have a ring of shrimp, burrata, and crackers for dinner.
I'm not surprised, Erica. When I've gone out to dinner with you, your husband pretty much orders the whole menu, and I love it.
Yes. Everything.
Team Anthony.
It's
I do too. I do too.
It's impressive. Coming up on DBL, it's a growing trend. Ordinary people are putting celebrities on blast for their bad behavior.
Me?
DBL Nation, not you.
Am I a celebrity?
You are, but you've got good behavior. Is this right or just karma?
One car accident.
disaster by sharing their celebrity run-ins and then rating them. So we've showed you the post from a former New York City hostess that went viral. It helped kick off a trend. Here it is if you haven't seen it.
Next up, we have Mrs. Bieber. This is going to be controversial. I've met her a handful of times, and every time she was not nice. I really want to like her, but I have to give her like a 3.5 out of 10. Sorry. Next up, we have Kylie. She was fine, but she tipped $20 on a $500 dinner bill. Do with that information what you will.
And now that Hailey Bieber responded with an apology, other service industry workers are sounding off. So check out this LA server who did not hold back when dishing on the celebs she served.
She looked into my soul and thanked me, and she tipped super well. Love you, B. If you think this guy looks like it's because he is. Okay, so I served Conan twice in my lifetime living in LA, and he is awesome. He is honestly just a sweet dude, and he just treats the service staff like we're actual people. I live for it. Susan Sarandon had her dog with her, and we had to, like, kick the dog out.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so we've all worked in the service industry here, right?
Yes.
I worked at one of the places that I worked, Erica, and you know, and so do you, Al, was a fancy club where I did wait on a lot of celebrities. Some of them weren't so nice, some of them were really nice, but I've always, when I discussed with people, I try and only talk about those that were really nice, and then I've always couched it, because you never know what that person's going through. Like, I never had good experiences with Lindsay Lohan, but I always couched that with, at the time, you know, she was publicly using. She talked about that. It was the biggest downward spiral of her life, so I have to take that into consideration. I also have to take into consideration if I was having a bad day.
Sam, let me ask you really quickly. You did what these people are doing, but you had more time with the celebrities than somebody working at a coffee shop.
Yes.
Would you have done this?
No.
If there was TikTok around, because you could get a big following.
I guess it would have. So what Al's referring to is I worked in bottle service, which is where one waitress is with
for hours,
a client for 4 to 6 hours. So you're waiting on them constantly for the 4 to 6 hours. So you really do get to know them. No, I just wouldn't feel comfortable. Again, if someone's, you know how empathetic I am to addiction. A lot of the times those people aren't their best self because they're high or they're drinking or maybe they had a bad day or maybe they really are a bad person.
Yes.
But I don't know. If you have kids, Erica, what do you think? I mean, you just never know what that slippery slope would be. Then their kids are affected. I don't know if it's worth it.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a million years ago since I was working in nightclubs and restaurants, it seems like. So when we would get celebrity clients, like a big part of how you keep those jobs is by keeping your mouth shut. So the idea that this is happening now is probably a timing issue because so many bars and restaurants are closed. So there's probably the sense of, oh, well, I'm going to talk about my experience. Most of my experiences were really great, including Kanye West, if you can imagine. Yeah.
Chicago bias.
He was a really polite guy. I'm sorry. He was a great guy. But yeah, I think most of my experiences were great.
It's good to know. Mine were a mixed bag, I should say. A special edition of DBL Deal Blast is coming up next. Don't miss it.
We all know that movement is like medicine, but getting the movement you need to feel
Welcome back to DBL. It's time for some sweet, sweet deals. Oh, yeah. Earlier, Steph showed Tori some great products at even better prices. Here's today's DBL Deal Blast presented by MorningSave.com.
All right, what do you have for us today, Stephanie?
All right, Tori, well, today's very special because I'm here at home and I've got an incredible Deal Blast edition because it's the best sellers of the summer. Woo! So these are the products that everyone wants. Okay, so first of all, this is the must-have wardrobe item of the summer. It's small, easy to use. It's the Sienna Vella handheld garment and fabric steamer in a really compact and lightweight design. You can press this little trigger and it gets 30 seconds of power and steam, and it has an auto shut off as well, so you don't need to worry about leaving it on. It's really safe. Now, normally, Tori, this is $60, right? But we've got it for $19, which means you're saving 68%.
Who knows with the table and this hot thing?
I don't want to iron.
No.
I do not own an iron. This is it. I'm all for steaming. Steam me up. Next on today's hit list, something that's been super, super popular. People cannot get enough of this. It's because we all want help with our health and our sleep. This is the Strive Fusion Bio 2 Plus activity tracker and a smartwatch. So it's a fitness tracker and a smartwatch all in one. You can get your text alerts on here, you can set an alarm, and the best part, it tracks all of your steps, your calories, it monitors your heart rate, and even tracks your sleep. And you know what the best bit is, Tor? You don't have to charge it for once every 2 weeks. It has a 14-day battery life. Whoa. Normally, this is $80. Right, we've got it for $15, Tori, which means you're saving 81%.
Oh my. To get your steps in, guys, for $15 and to monitor everything, that's a no-brainer.
This does it all.
Done.
Yeah, and text alerts too.
Done.
Now, we all want to look flawless, gorgeous, and this is the answer to all of that. So you get everything you could ever need with this, the Selected Cosmetics Instant Facelift. Now, this is a powerful combination of minerals and antioxidants that will firm and tighten your skin, gives your skin like a facelift that can last up to 8 hours. The results are instant. It retains moisture in the skin and it helps replenish it with natural oils. Now, normally, are you ready, Tori?
Yeah.
Normally, this little stick of pure gold is $300.
Whoa.
For our viewers, for $29, which means you're saving 90%.
We're giving it away. You know what's funny? You can use your steamer, get rid of your wrinkles on your clothes, get rid of your wrinkles on your face with that product. You're done. You're done.
I love it. It's so true. No, so this is like probably product of the week because that price is just unbelievable.
And I like the product packaging. I think that's really cute.
Fancy. Fancy, fancy. This is the Hypergear Mini Boom portable Bluetooth speaker. It's compact, wireless, travel friendly. It's got the most amazing sound. It connects to any device you've got via Bluetooth. You can even get your phone calls on it. Now, normally it's $50 and we've got it for $10, so you're saving 80%. So this is like a must-have.
I have to admit I own one, and I do something interesting. I put it in the shower where there's no wet parts coming in, and I blast like Broadway shows.
You know what the funny thing is I've got one in my bathroom too. I'm not even lying.
All right, guys, head on over to morningsave.com to snag these amazing deals at the lowest prices. You can even visit morningsave.com on your smartphone. Steph, thank you so much for steaming my morning straight, huh? Thank you.
Oh, yeah, I got your back, girl.
Thank you. We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
the bladder control aisle.
Calling me out. Chris on Facebook says Sam is only concerned, this is in regard to Claudia Conway, Sam is only concerned because the little 15-year-old tyrant is in her political spectrum. The kid is a brat, and at 15 she does. Political affiliation aside, and I say this with all sincerity, if abuse, and again it's alleged abuse, but if abuse is talked about, I want that investigated. So it has nothing to do with political affiliation. Also, Erica, I feel like that we don't oftentimes give 15-year-olds or our youth enough credit. I mean, why are we assuming that she doesn't know what the heck she's talking about?
Right.
Well, she can always tell you how she feels, and I think that that should be respected, regardless of what the political situation is. This is a child, and she's crying out for help one way or the other, so she needs it.
Yeah, one way or the other, right, Al?
Right.
Yeah. Erica, thank you, but thank you for that comment. I always appreciate what you have to say. DBL's new every day. Bye, guys.
We're talking about today on Daily Blast Live.
Kellyanne Conway resigns from her White House job after her teen daughter says she wants a new family.
Look what I did.
What's really behind all of this drama? New video showing an unarmed black man being shot multiple times by an officer, sparking overnight clashes between protesters and police. We've got the latest on the investigation. Outing celebrities on TikTok for their bad behavior?
She tipped $20 on a $500 dinner bill.
Does this TikTok trend go too far? And a first look at Robert Pattinson as the Dark Knight in the new Batman movie.
I'm vengeance.
Plus, Colin Farrell transforms into the Penguin. Can you believe that's him?
Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2.
Welcome to DBL. It is Monday, August 24th. I'm Sam here with Al. How are you?
Doing great. Happy Monday, my dear.
Happy Monday. Did you have a good weekend?
I did. Very chill. Very chill.
Okay.
Cleaned the house. Didn't really move. Yes, very stationary.
I hurt my neck jumping off a diving board this weekend. So
Really?
my age is officially in my face. Mid-air. Oh my God, I can't believe I hurt myself jumping off of a diving board. I'm not 20 anymore, I'm 40.
But you got this, though. You're still jumping off a diving board. That's inspiring to many.
Yeah, although I can barely move, so is
Okay.
it worth it? I don't know. Erica joining us from home. How are you, E?
Well, apparently I'm doing a little bit better than you. I decided to just, sit on my couch where it's safe all weekend.
I should take a page from your book. That's what I will be doing from now on. Okay, so we're going to kick things off with Kellyanne Conway. A lot of you already talking about their family drama. The president's counselor announced yesterday that she's stepping away from her role at the White House instead of working to re-elect the president. She says she will devote more time to her 4 kids. Meantime, her husband, George Conway, says he is withdrawing from the Lincoln Project, which is a group of Republicans united against President Trump, saying he wants to devote more time to family matters. Now, here's the thing. All of this follows a tweet from their 15-year-old daughter, Claudia, who said she is officially pushing for emancipation from her parents. If you didn't know, that's the legal process allowing kids under 18 to be declared an adult. So check out this video she posted to TikTok, but then later deleted.
If anybody has lawyers or anything, you can email me, because this is really getting out of control and I have to get out of the situation I'm in. My dad physically abused me a lot. My mom, the same thing with my mom. My mom got me arrested. She's very, very physically abusive.
Wow. This pains me to hear, Erica. I can only, obviously an investigation will take place, but hearing a 15-year-old accuse their parents of abuse, it makes me worried for that young girl. A lot of our viewers are generalizing it, not to be dismissive of Claudia's claim, but saying, they don't blame her, given that, their ideologies are completely different. Do you think Claudia's tweet sparked her parents to leave their posts? And do you think that their politically opposed jobs led to the family strife, as some of the viewers say they even have it in their own family?
I think there are a lot of mixed political belief families, and you don't see this type of fallout. I think that they became their jobs, and the jobs became the most important. And when that became more important than the family issues and the sanctity of their families, then I think that's a problem. This isn't the first time Claudia has spoken out, and she has been very vocal about what her beliefs are, really trying to distance herself from what her parents are doing. So I'm glad that they are prioritizing their family. I think every parent has a responsibility to prioritize their family.
I do too, and abuse aside, because again, that's such a...
we can't go there.
We can't go there.
Yeah.
And if that's the case, I want this girl far away from her parents. What do you make about what a lot of the viewers are saying about just dealing with the political animosity amongst families right now? And it's only going to get worse with the election so close.
Right, Sam, I'm going to tell you what I thought about and who I thought about. We're actually talking to her right now, Erica Cobb. I was listening to her because the viewers need to understand that it's not just them listening to us, it's like us listening as well and learning. And Erica said, this is probably a year and a half ago, she said she's very conscious of what she allows in her home. When she goes home after DBL, she rarely checks her social media. She rarely checks, because she's there in the sanctity of the walls of her home, and she's very guarded about what comes through those walls. The Conways did the exact opposite of that. Their door is wide open. Their public persona is wide open. Their daughter's door is open, and now a 15-year-old is vulnerable to anybody on the internet that has something good to say or negative or whatever towards her and her family. And I think everybody watching this can learn, because they need to understand that the vitriol you spit out on social media, the vitriol you spit out towards yourself will come back to you if you don't protect those walls and protect the people within them.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, to your point, Jason A. said on Facebook that he has yet to talk to his sister because of their political differences.
Right.
Okay, so we are still not sure if we're going to see Kellyanne Conway speak at the Republican National Convention, but that did kick off earlier today. All of President Trump's family, with the exception of Barron, are set to speak at the event, which promises to be more live than virtual. The president earlier today accepted his party's nomination to be president and says he'll be speaking every night. He wants to deliver a positive vision of American greatness, focusing on all that he has accomplished. Erica, what do you think he needs to say in order to unite Americans? Do you think that's what he will push, or do you think that he's going to really focus more on his Republican supporters?
asking someone to predict what Trump will do has to be the most wild card situation ever. I wouldn't even try to believe. I'm not even going to attempt to predict what is going to happen, okay? That is just like, nah, you're not putting me there, Sam. Sorry.
Yeah, you get better odds in Vegas.
I'll take a shot at it, Sam. Erica, here's what I think he's going to do. He's going to do what worked the last time. If you think about the two campaign slogans in 2016, Hillary's was "I'm with her." Okay, but what was Trump's? Make America great again. It gives you a vision, something to aspire to. We saw this again with Jimmy Carter, who was a one-term president. What happened? Ronald Reagan, a Republican president, came in and said, hey, you know, we are the best country. We're the great. It's the new dawn in America. America first, and he won. So I think he's going to go down with the positive, and he's going to say, hey, we're still the best country ever. God bless America. Forget everybody else. We're number one, and he's going to double down on that, and it worked in 2016.
We'll see if it's going to work again and if that's what his message will be. We do have to speak about this absolutely horrific story. A lot of you are talking about it. It took place in Kenosha, Wisconsin. Authorities issued a curfew last night as angry crowds took to the streets to protest the shooting of a black man by police. Now, video of the shooting went viral, and a strong warning to our viewers. The video is graphic. It shows the man, identified as Jacob Blake, walking around the front of a gray SUV on Sunday. Police officers follow close behind with guns drawn. As Blake opens the car door and steps inside, you see it there. The officers fire at least 7 times at his back. Now, Blake is reportedly in serious condition, and the officers have been placed on leave. Erica, here we go again. And to add fuel to the fire, his children were present. His young children are going to live with that trauma for the rest of their lives, I should say.
Yeah, it's never been shoot first, ask questions later. Like, that has never been protocol. But it seems as though for some officers, that's protocol. And then people wonder why there's so much civil unrest. I don't know, maybe because if you follow the rules, you can fall victim to unnecessary blatant violence. And if you follow the rules, you can fall victim to it. Apparently, reportedly, he was attempting to disengage another domestic dispute that he was just trying to help out. That's what's being reported. And so he inserted himself, and this is what happened. And it's like, what are we supposed to say at this point? Like, we've already taken to the streets and said Black Lives Matter. We stood up in protest for George Floyd. We've talked about Breonna Taylor, and these names just keep coming out. Like, what are we supposed to do?
Yeah, and Erica, how much, you know, I think about Al, I think about you, you know, I don't ever want that day to be justice for Erica Cobb or justice for Al Jackson, but that is something that comes to my mind, considering the climate that we live in today.
Yeah, I mean, it's not just today, Sam. It's been as long as I've been alive, and well before that. You know, Erica, you know, I saw this last night. I knew we were going to talk about it, and it's just like doing this show and just being a part of society. You already know how this is going to go. We're going to run the video. Half the country's going to say that was unjust. The other half is going to say he was resisting. There'll be protests. People will say they're saying they're pro Black Lives Matter. I agree with them. Other people will say they're looting and rioting and tearing up our streets. There'll be a suspension, but there'll be no arrest. If there is an arrest, he'll get off, and we will do the story again in 6 months. It is exhausting. It is who we are. It is who our country is, and we have to accept that this is how things are. We don't have to accept that this is how they always will be, but we do have to accept and take a long, hard look at who we are as a people. And we can't look at these as just isolated events. And for everyone that will say that he's resisting, I'm just saying, show me a piece of tape where we've ever seen a white woman shot point blank by a police officer. If you show me that tape, I will cease to speak.
Yeah, and you know what, Al, even if someone was resisting, is that a death penalty for them? No.
It seems to be. We are the judge, jury, and executioner in these streets when it comes to certain people.
Chime in, DBL Nation. We want to hear from you. Please go to our Facebook and YouTube using the hashtag DBLTake. We'll be right back. Welcome back to DBL. Okay, so the question that I feel like is plaguing every single parent right now, is it safe for our kids to go back to school? That, of course, is the million-dollar question. And joining us now with answers is Dr. Payal Kohli. Hey, doctor. So a lot of parents definitely are waiting to hear what you have to say. But first, we want to ask about the FDA's emergency announcement just yesterday. Blood plasma is now allowed as a treatment for COVID-19 patients. The president claims this is a proven to reduce mortality by 35%. What do you make of this?
So Sam, convalescent plasma has now been studied in greater than 70,000 patients. And the good news is that it's quite safe. But I'll be honest, I was very surprised with this emergency use authorization by the FDA because the data for its efficacy is actually quite weak. Now, in the clinical trials, some patients that got convalescent plasma did get better, but there was no control arm. So you don't know if they didn't get plasma, whether they would have gotten better anyhow. And that 35% that the president is talking about is a relative risk reduction comparing plasma given early to plasma given late, or a higher dose of antibodies in the plasma to a lower dose of antibodies in the plasma. So it's not talking about whether the plasma works compared to no treatment at all. So I think there's still a lot of outstanding questions. And to be honest, I was very surprised with this EUA coming based off of the evidence that we know.
All right, Doc. Now, a lot of parents want to know this regarding schools. I'm sure you're interested in this as well because you have a young nephew. What advice are you giving to your brother about sending your nephew back to school? That's his son, your nephew, so you've got a stake in this.
So, Al, we've had so many conversations, my brother and I. It's the only time he actually calls me, believe it or not. And we've had a lot of back and forth because it is such a difficult time to be a parent and such a difficult decision to make. So we've talked about 4 main factors to really help you decide. The first is, what are the cases doing in the community? The second is there anyone high risk at home that the child could bring back the infection to? The third is, are there extenuating circumstances like childcare issues or lack of access to internet or other such issues that would sway your decision? And then the fourth is, what are the schools doing in terms of precautions, and do you feel comfortable? So we've had a lot of conversations, and my nephew has gone back to school, but I'm really curious to hear yours and Sam's perspective, because you're both parents and you both have kids going to school, or in Sam's case, Sophie's going to pre-K. So how do you guys feel about what's going on?
I'm so torn, Al. I just pulled Dr. Cole. First of all, thank you for defining what nephew means, Al.
I knew that was coming.
That.
I knew that was coming.
Yeah, okay, I won't even go down that rabbit hole. But no, Dr. Kohli, it literally took me all summer long to finally come up with a conclusion, and I decided to keep Sophie home. We are going to, oh, there she is, homeschool her. I mean, I'm not sure what they really learn in pre-K, but we'll find out and we'll apply it. Al, what are you doing? Your kids are older, so it's a lot more important what you're doing.
They're at home.
Yeah.
They're at home. I mean, it's tough. It's difficult. I think every parent is going through the exact same thing. It's hard to work when you have kids at home, especially when they're of a certain age, and also keep an eye on them. So it's tough. We decided to keep them home. I'm still down, and Dr. Kohli, maybe we can talk about this the next time. What about having school outside while it's still warm enough?
That is a great idea.
That's a fabulous idea, Al, because we know the transmission outside is 19 times lower than inside. But I have to say, you guys, that I'm very supportive of your decisions, because if I had a child, I would probably lean that way as well. And we worry so much about them not socializing or getting the right development. But I really want to reassure the parents out there, no matter what decision you make this year, it's going to be okay. Your child will bounce back. And that's the great thing about kids. They're so versatile.
Thank you for saying that, because I know that a lot of parents out there are feeling guilty,
That's
no matter
right.
which way they decide to choose for their kids. We appreciate you, Auntie Dr. Kohli, because you have a nephew, your brother's son. Thank you, Doctor. You'll be back next week. So if you have a question about coronavirus you want answered by Dr. Kohli, write us on social media. You can also email info@dailyblastlive.com. We will be right back. Welcome back to DBL. Brad Gorski is a celebrity stylist who is spending his lockdown, much like the rest of us, in sweatpants. But he's also raising awareness about the skin condition rosacea. Earlier, Stephanie Jones caught up with Brad and Dr. Idris. That's today's DBL Spotlight.
Welcome Brad Gorski and Dr. Idris to Daily Blast Live. Now, before we get started, we need to have a quick check-in. How have things been for you both during the pandemic? Because, well, Brad, it's clear that you've got a newfound love for TikTok.
My secret's out. I have, yeah. You know, it's been a fun, creative outlet. You know, my mom and I have been kind of laughing about it because I just had discovered a bag of wigs in our attic, and I said to my mom, doesn't this remind you of when I was a kid? And I would just be like making clothes out of bed sheets and whatever and putting on shows. And she was like, yes, but now, you know, you're doing multiple wig changes and posting it online. So there's a little bit of a bigger audience, but it's been really fun.
I love it. And who's at home style? I've got to ask this question. Which celeb have you been most and least impressed with? Because let's be honest, the Lululemons have been out in full force in my apartment.
You know, I think it's an interesting time for fashion. You know, we were having this big luxe moment, and now I think that, you know, in quarantine, people are discovering different ways to be comfortable. I think the athleisure trend is obviously exploding, and I think it's a very interesting time right now, and I'm as guilty as you are. I'm not in my Lululemons, but I'm definitely in a version of that.
Dr. Idris,
Yeah.
what do you wear? If you're at home, do you do consultations in your scrubs? Or like, do you wear regular clothes like us mere mortals?
It's Lululemons on the bottom and business on the top. So I'm glad that the camera can only keep it up here right now.
Okay, you're making me feel better, so thank you very much. Okay, you give me a bit of like confidence, it's not just me. The reason that you both are here today is to talk about rosacea. Brad, you work as a stylist, so you know how important personal appearance is. And how did rosacea impact you?
You know, rosacea has been a part of my life, and there was a time where I wasn't taking a lot of photos, my family wasn't taking a lot of photos of me, and you know, it would manifest itself in redness and blemishes and bumps, and not only can you see it on the outside, but I could feel it on the inside, that it was starting to affect the way that I felt about myself. And you know, it's really important to be a part of this Face Up to Rosacea campaign for me, because I want people to know that they're not alone and that there are solutions out there to achieve clearer skin, and that is through seeing your dermatologist.
Well, Dr. Idris, what advice would you share with people like Brad that have been like suffering from this? What advice have you got?
I think the best advice is, you know, go seek help, whether it's, you know, seeking out a local board-certified dermatologist or, you know, going online we've actually put together this website, faceuptorosacea.us, that has a bunch of information at your fingertips.
Thank you both so much for talking with us today and raising awareness about rosacea. You've both been incredible. Daily Blast Live will be back right after this.
Promotional
What's coming up? The Batman is back. We've got new scenes from the upcoming movie. DBL's new every day. We'll be right back.
This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2.
Welcome to DBL. I'm Sam here with Al. Erica joining us from home. Okay, so we are getting a new look at Robert Pattinson as the Batman in a preview released over the weekend. Have a look.
If you are justice, please lie. What is the price for your blind eye?
Ooh, in case you missed it, you guys, that was Colin Farrell. Yeah, completely unrecognizable as the Penguin. Oh my gosh, Erica, are you a fan of the Batman franchise? Do you like when they go real dark? We've seen them go dark before. And what do you think about Robert Pattinson? Do we have a full screen of how Robert looks as Batman? Because he's like a super emo Batman. Do we have it? So Erica can get a good look. There he is. Erica, what you thinking?
Erica has not seen Batman.
Hot.
I'm going out on a ledge right there. Erica's not seen it. Stop it.
Al's right. This is completely out of my wheelhouse. I wanted to be so invested. I really did. I wanted to be there for you, Sam. I can't. I'm sorry.
So Erica's checked out. What about you?
You know, Sam, I think the bigger question rather than Colin Farrell is like, why do people still live in Gotham City? Like after Bane, wouldn't you have moved your family? Like who still lives there?
Al, don't burst everybody's bubble.
Get a realtor.
This is a
20 miles out. You can go in for dinner and come back out.
This is not.
Why are you still living after the Joker? You're still.
This isn't a documentary.
Renewing that lease?
This is a made-up place. Okay, Al. This stems from comic books. Let people dive back into their nostalgia and watch it, especially like in a Frank Miller dark way. But no, you have to burst everyone's bubble and bring sense to the matter.
Do you like the dark Batman? Because I like it.
See, I've changed. I used to live for the darkness.
All right, what are you, a 15-year-old locked in their room, blasting The Cure?
Pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah, I used to love, like, the darker the better. Now that I'm a mom, I just don't like it too dark. Isn't that sad? I know.
What
boring.
do you think? Do you want the old school Batman with Adam West?
Yeah, I know.
Like, pow?
I liked it with, like, Michael Keaton.
Oh, wow. That was a mom Batman.
I know.
That was a very mom
full-blown
Batman.
Mom. So you like it super dark?
I do. I like it like that. It's
so
gritty.
You're excited?
I'm in.
Okay.
I will
All
watch
right.
this.
I want to be dark Sam again.
No.
I don't like
the kids.
Mom
The kids
Sam.
are in your heart now. You're all.
I know.
You're all.
All right.
Yeah, you like Mr. Mom Batman.
Boo. Okay, so T.I. is coming to Megan Thee Stallion's defense after she was shot. Last week, Megan told fans on Instagram Live that Canadian rapper Tory Lanez was the one who allegedly shot her in the feet last month in Los Angeles. Tory has stayed silent on the matter, but now fellow T.I. says he should speak up. Watch.
Under no circumstances should any man be, accepted for shooting a black woman. Any woman. But, especially black women. Man, I wouldn't let nobody be talking. Man, Tory, you need to say something, bro.
Yeah, and Erica, what do you make of T.I. wanting Tory to speak up about the shooting and others to stick up for her?
Well, first of all, I believe Meg Thee Stallion. I don't see any reason she has to lie about who shot her. I also understand her explanation. She talked about the fact that, we're in crazy times when it comes to engagements with officers. They were a group of black people in a vehicle and there were shots fired, meaning there was a weapon in the car. So she was not only concerned about her safety, but the safety of everyone else involved. I think that she likely hasn't spoken out because there was this cloak of silence, and a lot of people are saying it has to do with this rule about snitching. But the reality is all of these stories were being leaked to the media, and they weren't coming from her camp. So not only was she the victim that night, she was also victimized by the media and all of the memes and all of the butt of the jokes, which is exactly the reason why she came forward and said, black women are never protected. I appreciate that T.I. came forward. Even, he's always spoken about black women and how black women, are the nucleus of the family and all of these different things. But I want to see a more impassioned response from people. The last time we heard from rappers that were in breaking and trending news, it was 50 Cent and Lil Wayne, where they were saying disparaging things about black women. I think that a lot of women are really feeling like we are on the front lines fighting for black men, and they're not getting that same response back. And Meg Thee Stallion is just the latest in this, really, it's a very emotional thing. People see themselves in her and feel like if she's not protected, then I'm not protected. And the fact that he has said nothing, to me, just goes to his guilt.
Wow. Thank you, Erica. Okay, so don't mess with the town of Danbury. That's the message John Oliver got after he randomly lashed out at the Connecticut town on a recent episode of Last Week Tonight. Watch.
Danbury, Connecticut can eat my whole I know exactly 3 things about Danbury. USA Today ranked it the second best city to live in 2015. It was once the centre of the American hat industry. And if you're from there, you got a standing invite to come get a thrashing from John Oliver, children included, you.
Danbury's mayor, Mark Boughton, didn't appreciate his town being called out, so he fired back at the comedian. Have a look.
Behind me, you'll see the City of Danbury sewer plant. And we are going to rename it the John Oliver Memorial Sewer Plant. Why? Because it's full of just like you, John.
Okay, Al, a comedian, what did you make of what John Oliver said? What did you make about the mayor clapping back?
Well, I've been watching John Oliver for years, and this is what he does. He'll pick a random city or country and just kind of lay into them, especially as a city that he has no affiliation with. Honestly, I think they like the back and forth. I don't know if you guys remember, but UFC has a fight island where they have the fights happen where no one will get COVID. And John Oliver said that they're so stupid they're overlooking the best name UFC, C spelled S-E-A, for UFC. And Dana White, the president of the UFC, said, I know you're trying to make fun of us, but that's a great idea. He trademarked it and now has T-shirts. And then they talked about it on John Oliver. So they kind of have this back and forth. I didn't think the sewage plant was like too much of a shot. It's just kind of having fun over a serious topic, which was juries, which is what they were talking about. So I liked it as a comic.
I wonder if it'll continue and if we'll see John Oliver actually go there.
He will address it.
He will, yes. Okay, so an Atlanta woman has gone viral over her gospel-inspired song about snacking during quarantine. Watch.
For my snack, she's at the fridge but it's only been 2 minutes since the last visit. She's at the fridge again. I'm gonna need your help. Please come get her. Need you right now. She needs your help. At the fridge again. She's at the fridge again.
That's praise and worship leader Katie French. Her video has racked up nearly 10 million views on Facebook. Erica, how much can we all relate to this, right? How much snacking have you done in quarantine?
I have played this song so many times. I'm probably responsible for 1,000 views. I'm like, she's at the fridge again. I'm like praising, and then it said, if a pickle and popsicle. I was on it. I was on it. Yes, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it.
Yeah, and Erica has a good voice.
Yes.
I just want to keep hearing from Erica. Now, you've lost weight in quarantine. How is that possible? You're like the only person that I know that has lost weight.
Well, I'm starting to reverse that trend, Sam. Listen, I started dating 2 people called Mike and Ike. Yeah, I honestly, like, we got the box of 10 that's like and just, I can't control myself. I cannot stop. I need help. So Mike and Ike's and Oreos have taken over my world. I tell my girl to hide them from me.
Yes.
That and gummy bears, I can't deal. I need help.
Yeah.
They say look to a higher power.
I'm the same way, and my husband has
What's your snack?
Well, my husband has this thing right now, Erica, with Krispy Kreme donuts. There's a Krispy Kreme by our house. He goes there. My husband has the best self-control. He can take one bite and put it aside. And then me sitting on the couch, I'm thinking, donuts, donuts, donuts. And before it's too late, I'm the one eating all the donuts when I didn't even go there to get the donuts. Erica, does Anthony ever do anything like that to you where he buys something and then you're the one eating up all the rest of whatever he got?
My husband has his own issues, okay? If I did not make sure that snacks weren't in the house, we'd be a house full of snacks. Anthony shops like we're having a dinner party every night. Like, he will buy a ring of shrimp and like burrata with crackers. And I'm like, what are we hosting people? And he's like, no, this is dinner. It's not dinner. You can't have a ring of shrimp, burrata, and crackers for dinner.
I'm not surprised, Erica. When I've gone out to dinner with you, your husband pretty much orders the whole menu, and I love it.
Everything.
It's impressive.
I do too.
It's impressive. Coming up on DBL, it's a growing trend. Ordinary people are putting celebrities on blast for their bad behavior.
Me?
DBL Nation, not you.
Am I a celebrity?
You are, but you've got good behavior. Is this right or just karma? TikTokers are serving up a new wave of cancel culture by sharing their celebrity run-ins and then rating them. So we've showed you the post from a former New York City hostess that went viral. It helped kick off a trend. Here it is if you haven't seen it.
Next up, we have Mrs. Bieber. This is going to be controversial. I've met her a handful of times, and every time she was not nice. I really want to like her, but I have to give her like a 3.5 out of 10. Sorry. Next up, we have Kylie. She was fine, but she tipped $20 on a $500 dinner bill. Do with that information what you will.
And now that Hailey Bieber responded with an apology, other service industry workers are sounding off. So check out this LA server who did not hold back when dishing on the celebs she served.
She looked into my soul and thanked me, and she tipped super well. Love you, B. If you think this guy looks like a it's because he is. Okay, so I served Conan twice in my lifetime living in LA, and he is awesome. He is honestly just a sweet dude, and he just treats the service staff like we're actual people. I live for it. Susan Sarandon had her dog with her, and we had to, like, kick the dog out.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so we've all worked in the service industry here, right?
Yes.
I worked at one of the places that I worked, Erica, and you know, and so do you, Al, was a fancy club where I did wait on a lot of celebrities. Some of them weren't so nice, some of them were really nice, but I've always, when I discussed with people, I try and only talk about those that were really nice, and then I've always couched it, because you never know what that person's going through. Like, I never had good experiences with Lindsay Lohan, but I always couched that with, at the time, you know, she was publicly using. She talked about that. It was the biggest downward spiral of her life, so I have to take that into consideration. I also have to take into consideration if I was having a bad day.
Sam, let me ask you really quickly. You did what these people are doing, but you had more time with the celebrities than somebody working at a coffee shop.
Yes.
Would you have done this?
No.
If there was TikTok around, because you could get a big following.
I guess it would have. So what Al's referring to is I worked in bottle service, which is where one waitress is with
for hours,
a client for 4 to 6 hours. So you're waiting on them constantly for the 4 to 6 hours. So you really do get to know them. No, I just wouldn't feel comfortable. Again, if someone's, you know how empathetic I am to addiction. A lot of the times those people aren't their best self because they're high or they're drinking or maybe they had a bad day or maybe they really are a bad person.
Yes.
But I don't know. If you have kids, Erica, what do you think? I mean, you just never know what that slippery slope would be. Then their kids are affected. I don't know if it's worth it.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a million years ago since I was working in nightclubs and restaurants. It seems like. So when we would get celebrity clients, like a big part of how you keep those jobs is by keeping your mouth shut. So the idea that this is happening now is probably a timing issue because so many bars and restaurants are closed. So there's probably the sense of, oh, well, I'm going to talk about my experience. Most of my experiences were really great, including Kanye West, if you can imagine. Yeah.
Chicago bias.
He was a really polite guy. I'm sorry. He was a great guy. But yeah, I think most of my experiences were great.
It's good to know. Mine were a mixed bag, I should say. A special edition of DBL Deal Blast is coming up next. Don't miss it.
We all know that movement
Welcome back to DBL. It's time for some sweet, sweet deals. Oh, yeah. Earlier, Steph showed Tori some great products at even better prices. Here's today's DBL Deal Blast presented by MorningSave.com.
All right, what do you have for us today, Stephanie?
All right, Tori, well, today's very special because I'm here at home and I've got an incredible Deal Blast edition because it's the best sellers of the summer. Woo! So these are the products that everyone wants. Okay, so first of all, this is the must-have wardrobe item of the summer. It's small, easy to use. It's the Sienna Vella handheld garment and fabric steamer in a really compact and lightweight design. You can press this little trigger and it gets 30 seconds of power and steam, and it has an auto shut off as well, so you don't need to worry about leaving it on. It's really safe. Now normally, Tori, this is $60, right? But we've got it for $19, which means you're saving 68%.
Who knows with the table and this hot thing?
I don't want to iron.
No.
I do not own an iron. This is it. I'm all for steaming. Steam me up. Next on today's hit list, something that's been super, super popular. People cannot get enough of this. It's because we all want help with our health and our sleep. This is the Strive Fusion Bio 2 Plus activity tracker and a smartwatch. So it's a fitness tracker and a smartwatch all in one. You can get your text alerts on here, you can set an alarm, and the best part, it tracks all of your steps, your calories, it monitors your heart rate, and even tracks your sleep. And you know what the best bit is, Tor? You don't have to charge it for once every 2 weeks. It has a 14-day battery life. Whoa. Normally, this is $80. Right, we've got it for $15, Tori, which means you're saving 81%.
Oh my. To get your steps in, guys, for $15 and to monitor everything, that's a no-brainer.
This does it all.
Done.
Yeah, and text alerts too.
Done.
Now, we all want to look flawless, gorgeous, and this is the answer to all of that. So you get everything you could ever need with this, the Selected Cosmetics Instant Facelift. Now, this is a powerful combination of minerals and antioxidants that will firm and tighten your skin, gives your skin like a facelift that can last up to 8 hours. The results are instant. It retains moisture in the skin and it helps replenish it with natural oils. Now, normally, are you ready, Tori?
Yeah.
Normally, this little stick of pure gold is $300.
Whoa.
For our viewers, for $29, which means you're saving 90%.
We're giving it away. You know what's funny? You can use your steamer, get rid of your wrinkles on your clothes, get rid of your wrinkles on your face with that product. You're done. You're done.
I love it. It's so true. No, so this is like probably product of the week because that price is just unbelievable.
And I like the product packaging. I think that's really cute.
Fancy. Fancy, fancy. This is the Hypergear Mini Boom portable Bluetooth speaker. It's compact, wireless, travel friendly. It's got the most amazing sound. It connects to any device you've got via Bluetooth. You can even get your phone calls on it. Now, normally it's $50 and we've got it for $10, so you're saving 80%. So this is like a must-have.
I have to admit I own one, and I do something interesting. I put it in the shower where there's no wet parts coming in, and I blast. Like Broadway shows.
You know what the funny thing is I've got it in my bathroom too. I'm not even lying.
All right, guys, head on over to morningsave.com to snag these amazing deals at the lowest prices. You can even visit morningsave.com on your smartphone. Steph, thank you so much for steaming my morning straight, huh? Thank you.
Oh, yeah, I got you back, girl.
Thank you. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to DBL. We love sharing your comments. Uh-oh, this one's calling me out. Chris on Facebook says Sam is only concerned, this is in regard to Claudia Conway, Sam is only concerned because the little 15-year-old tyrant is in her political spectrum. The kid is a brat, and at 15, she does. Political affiliation aside, and I say this with all sincerity, if abuse, and again, it's alleged abuse, but if abuse is talked about, I want that investigated. So it has nothing to do with political affiliation. Also, Erica, I feel like that we don't oftentimes give 15-year-olds or our youth enough credit. I mean, why are we assuming that she doesn't know what the heck she's talking about?
Right.
Well, she can always tell you how she feels, and I think that that should be respected, regardless of what the political situation is. This is a child, and she's crying out for help one way or the other, so she needs it.
Yeah, one way or the other, right, Al?
Right.
Yeah. Erica, thank you, but thank you for that comment. I always appreciate what you have to say. DBL's new every day. Bye, guys.